Good day, good day. Hello. What what is up, collective? How we doing? How we doing? All right. This is a collective reading for the sign of Libra. Wherever you have Libra in your chart, that might be your sun, your moon, your north node, wherever you got Venus in your chart, or pardon me, Libra. You might have your Venus in Libra, as I say that. Now, wherever you have Libra, this is for you. Now, Libra, are you decluttering right now? We are just coming into spring. We are going to be cleaning house pretty quick, but are you needing to do a little bit of organization? What's going on with you, Libra? Do you feel disorganized? You need some earth energy in your life? I know personally I gotta do a little bit of spring cleaning here. I'm also hearing that in your town there's going to be some spring cleaning. As spring arrives and people are unable to hide in the dark what they've been doing because the sun will come out, they're going to be brought into the light. All that was done in the dark is going to come to light, especially this spring. It's going to be a very explosive spring. There may be gunshots, okay? There may be shootouts, things like that. People could be getting uh, themselves into some dangerous positions potentially. Not, not to worry though. Remember, you're protected. So, spring cleaning. Sorry for any delays in the upload. I've been working on a whole lot of stuff. Just to let you know, I'm going to be getting licensed in financial services. I'll be able to be a wealth management advisor and help those that are within Canada and potentially America, but I think mainly Canada, help them with their finances, including investments and all that stuff. So I'm going through the schooling right now, the learning, the lessons. You may have yourself entered into a whole new career path. Because I'm a Libra Sun, Moon, and North Node, this reading could very well resonate with me. But the topic of discussion today is going to be what is happening to those ops. Don't we want to know what's coming towards them? Obviously, Libra is the scales, the karmic scales, justice. So when somebody does you wrong, or they try and tip your scales, not only does it disturb the fabric of reality and time, but it also usually doesn't end up in their favor. Now, justice isn't always happening in the immediate right now. It might take a little bit of time. It could be tomorrow, could be the next hour, could be a week from now. But we're going to be looking at what is happening to these ops. I'll ask a couple of other questions, but I'm feeling basically because the attacks are they're still attacking, obviously. I could feel it. I've witnessed it today. The attacks are now returning to these people. So whoever was doing negative stuff to you, now is the time for them to reap their karma, right? Um, we're coming into a new moon. So if they continue the progression that they're going to do, what I'm assuming as an op would do, they're going to continue being ops. What I anticipate is if they continue this behavior throughout the new moon, they're going to be creating a cycle where they're going to harvest around the full moon the consequences of their actions, as we all do, whether it be good or bad. But I'm feeling the ops, obviously, are ops for a reason. They're going to be receiving some very heavy karma. They may have already received it around the full moon, or it's just starting to like kind of trigger some backlash to them. But they got 2 weeks starting freaking new moon to either reconcile, ask for forgiveness, make do. And I had somebody ask for forgiveness today. They tried it with me. Someone was drinking alcohol on the bus today, and I was like, can't you wait till you're off the bus? Like, can't you just wait just till you're off the bus to drink? Like, so the alcohol's not going anywhere. You're not gonna get more drunk or less drunk if you wait like 5 minutes. But he like got mad at me, and I met this guy before when he was sober, and he had a different atmosphere. So I'm like, I'm not trying to blame the person. I'm not trying to like victim shame or whatever, because obviously addictions are a problem, especially in the community that I'm in. But I just asked a simple question. I was like, can't you wait till you get off the bus? Like, I'm not telling you to not drink. I'm not telling you to stop because I'm not trying to force my will upon you. I'm just asking for like the safety and sake of others. Like, can you not wait? Because there's children on the bus. So if you start drinking alcohol and these kids start seeing you drink alcohol on the bus, then you're condoning the behavior. And his first response to me was, you know, how old are you? And I was like, that's none of your business, right? Because it's personal information. They don't have to provide that. He can ask that question. I can't get mad at him for asking a question, but I don't have to provide the answer. So I was like, it's none of your business. And he's like, well, I'm older than you. And I'm like, so you should be setting an example for me. And then I said, why aren't you being a role model to me if you're older than me? And then it kind of shut him up for a little bit. But I was also listening to headphones, so it's easier to block out those energies. But then he turned to me and he was like, I'm sorry. And then he wanted to like fist bump to like gain energy or take energy from me or feel better. And I was like, I don't want to touch you, man. Like, I don't have to touch you. I don't want to touch you. And then he tried again. I was like, I don't want to touch you, man. He's like, well, I'm sorry. I'm like, that's fine. I'm like, I'm just asking you questions, man. I'm not trying to judge you or hold you. I'm like, I'm not trying to hold you to it, but this is the kind of stuff that's going to be happening. Like, they're going to start to realize, like, no matter how much they apologize, it's not going to rectify the feeling that's within them, because that's part of the karma as well. It's how they feel as they've done these negative things to you. Now, on my own level here, I know when you're watching a reading, you probably want to hear more about what's coming to the ops or what's coming towards us, or and us being you. But I'm just going to share a little bit, and hopefully you have enough patience with me to bear through this. I'm just going to share with you on a personal level some of the experiences I've been going through my healing journey, and how I've been noticing the effects of what these people have been doing. So, there's been a malicious rumor and gossip that is unfounded, which is really unfortunate for these people that are spreading it, because this is karma for them. I don't know where this originated from, but people seem to think I'm some sort of abuser. Um, I haven't even talked to these people. I don't know their names. I don't know where they're getting this information from. I don't know. I think there's somebody that looks like me, honestly, but like, I got physically assaulted by police officers in this town that mistook me. They had a mistaken identity. They thought I was someone that I wasn't. They thought I was William Oakley. And I don't know who William Oakley is, but he's in trouble for something, and I don't know what it is. I'm not trying to judge the guy, but they thought I was William Oakley, and they thought I was doing something inappropriate, being William Oakley, sitting on the ground in a public park playing guitar. And then what they did was they harassed me. They physically assaulted me, and then they false arrested me. And they lied, saying that, well, the first guy lied. He was like, this is, no, we know who you are. Da, da, da. They haven't even seen ID. They don't have a picture of me. They just got a call saying this is who it is. He's doing something he shouldn't be doing. And then they assumed my identity. And then they false arrested me. They searched me without a warrant, which is against the Constitution, or the Charter of Rights, not the Constitution, pardon me. I'm in Canada. It's against my freedoms and my rights to not be searched without warrant. And they had no warrant. And they didn't have probable cause, because they had the wrong person. And I told them, you have the wrong person. And then another person told them, which was the market manager, because I was in a public market where people were buying and selling goods, and I was playing music. And I get assaulted by these cops. And then someone comes to my defense, but they don't believe the person, and then they just continue with the harming of me. Now, this was horrific of an incident, and very scarring and traumatic. And I'm not trying to like relive it every single day, but I'm trying to get an understanding of why people are saying what they're saying and thinking the things about me. And it doesn't really bug me. It's just like, why? I just want to know why. So they thought I was like someone that abused children, because William Oakley seems to, and I'm not trying to, this shouldn't be information that I even know. I shouldn't even know about this. Like, I don't even know the guy, but they thought I was William Oakley, and it's affected my life. So him being William Oakley and them thinking that I was William Oakley was harmful and detrimental to my own life. So now I have the right to share about it, because this was a personal experience, and I haven't signed any non-disclosure agreements or anything about this. So them thinking I was some sort of child predator, they treated me as such. And then what they did was they just let me out in the parking lot a little bit further away, and they're like, sorry. And I was like, what? And they're like, you can go back and play music now. I'm like, imagine you just had somebody assault you, and then they even touched my genitalia, and they searched me without a warrant, and they violated me, and then say, okay, now go back and play music. Very reminiscent of like what they did, I suppose. Maybe I don't know, maybe this was past life karma that I had to deal with. Like, maybe my ancestors were bad people or something, but I didn't do nothing to nobody that day, and I just got right messed up. there is a public complaint happening and all that, but that's part of the foundation of why I think some of these people think these horrible things about me. Now this is awful. It was Constable Pickle, Isaac Pickle, that kind of cleared up the situation a little bit, but he was also the one that touched my pickle. Mr. Pickle touched my genitalia while he was searching me, which he had no right to search me. It's kind of funny, Mr. Pickle touched my pickle. You may have heard me sing a song about that once or twice, but I'm gonna actually write a legit song about that. And Pierre Weidman was the one that assumed I was someone else and then lied on camera saying that they confirmed my identity when they didn't confirm my identity, because on record, on audio record that they have, or they should have unless they deleted evidence, which is a crime, if they review that record on the audio record, Isaac Pickle said, "Did you confirm him to be William Oakley?" And then at that point, I was like, okay, you guys made a big mistake because that's not who I was. And they never asked me who I was. They just assumed I was somebody and then said I was doing something wrong and then harmed me and did something wrong. So I don't know if they're training little children to go into the force with guns and use guns and frickin' handcuffs and pepper spray on people that they aren't able to do their job properly, but that's my understanding of the policing in this town. So I'm in Whitehorse, Yukon Territory currently, and the RCMP have been complicit in crimes against me and haven't given me a formal apology yet. Nothing in writing. They haven't compensated me for my injury or my time yet. And I've continued to see Isaac Pickle doing his job. Pierre Weidman, I'm pretty sure he got either moved to a different district or he got suspended again, but he just got off leave for having a child. I found that out. I'm really good at investigating. You might be getting good at investigating as well. But yeah, so now these people in this town think I'm something, and other people have been saying a whole bunch of really nasty things about me. And February 18th, 2023, I was physically assaulted. Somebody punched me in the face twice. And it was a kid, it was a youth in a group of other youth. Now, I'm not going to go out there and hunt some children and be like, you shouldn't have done that, and then dispense my own form of justice on them and then harm another person, because two wrongs don't make a right unless you're doing math for some reason, and it's two negatives can make a positive, right? Like if you, whatever, you know math. Hopefully you know math. But in this world, in this reality, if I go out there and I start being like a little vigilante Batman kind of person and go hunt these people, like what they thought they were doing with me, I will actually end up doing a crime like they did towards me. Because these children, they committed aggravated assault, which is a criminal offense. And they did it while there's cameras in the bus. I don't understand. They're not very educated. So they've been lied to. They acted upon the lies, and then they created a criminal incident. So now I'm concerned about the children, because these children are now getting into crime and violence at a young age, right? It's not good. That's only leading to worse until they hit rock bottom. But that's not for me to stop them. Like if that's the life path that they want to take, then they can take it. But now I'm concerned about the person that's been spreading the lie to these people, because they're going to get karma as well. So whoever told these people this lie about me, and then these people are now doing crimes because you've told them a lie about me, whether it be true or not, you've now introduced negative karma into this person. I'm not going to try and deny it and be like, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. My character is easy to see. My fruits, I bear good fruit. If you listen to the lyrics of my songs, if you look at my art, if you look at my character and you see what I do on a day-to-day, you would be like, why do you think this person's that? But if you're someone that's only listened to lies and you don't know me and you haven't watched me except for to stalk me, which would be illegal as well. If you're following me, you should stop doing that. Now I wear a body camera and stuff, but whoever told the lie is also getting not only the karma of the lie that they told, but they're going to get the karma of having other people commit a crime. So now it's double, it's a compound. You know when you put in, you got interest and you put money in a savings account or whatever, and it's you got compound interest or something, and now they're getting compounded karma. So they're not only getting tenfold back what they dished out to me, they're also getting tenfold of what the other people did. So now that's like 100-fold of karma. I'm concerned that this person may get a severe illness, get in a car accident, or something bad's going to happen to this person that started this rumor. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm in a slightly dangerous environment, based on lies that were created. But as spring comes around, we're going to get some spring cleanup. That's my initial thoughts coming into this reading. I'm trying to organize and clean up and do the right thing and still work towards new goals. Like I said, I'm going to be getting licensed in a whole new field of work, which is going to be really beneficial for me and other people. And I'm just going to continue to help others. That's my intention. And we'll see how it goes for these people that are harming you. And the reading is going to go into that as well. It's like, what's happening to the ops? The title of the video, right? What's happening to these ops? I got a lot of stuff to get through here. So let's get right into it. If you want a private reading, the information for that is in the description box of the video. If you'd like to donate to the channel, okay. If you'd like to donate to the channel, please do so. And you can also donate by sharing and liking the video, right? You can donate your energy by like writing a comment, hitting that like button, sharing the video. This might help somebody. I don't know what's going to come out in the reading, but this may or may not help somebody, which is then you helping them as well, right? So do as you will with that information. I'm still a little bit flustered from that incident today. Like there's another incident with these people on the bus. They're just slandering me. At this point, they don't have evidence. They don't have any proof of what they're saying. And every time they do this, it's reflecting back on themselves, which is really bad because I don't want these kids to get into more problems in life. I was a troubled child, and I know what it's like to try and clean up your karma as you develop it. And you don't really understand the implications of your actions as a child until it really starts to hit you when you're in a prison cell. It really starts to hit you when your family is crying and your mother is crying because you've harmed her through your own actions. Like, it's not good. Feels bad. And you know, that's part of the karma, right? That's part of the learning and the lesson. So I'm not going to tell them to stop doing it because that's what they're going to do, I guess, eh? That's garbage. If you have any questions, put it in the comment section there and let me see if I can answer them for you. Not every question will be answered, though. I'm just going through this. That'll keep. That I need to keep. I'm just going to tuck some of these things away. This is garbage. That can go with this pile. All right, you're putting things into piles. You're getting organized, right? I hope you are, because you're going to need it. You're going to need to be quick on your toes as these things come about. It's like a police officer, they have their gun in a specific place to access it, right? If they move their gun and they've been practicing doing it in one place or another, then they trip up. So you're going to want to practice being organized and knowing where everything goes, every single box. That can go right there. I hope you're doing well. Sending my love and support to you. We're going to get into it. We're going to do a tarot reading today, and we're going to pull some oracle cards. This is for the collective sign of Libra. I know that was a very long opening to the video, but I think it was important that I laid some groundwork, okay? And I got 5 pens on this table here. It's insane. Do I need this? I don't know. I'm just going to keep it just in case. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate all the new subscribers as well as the returning. It's great to see you guys come back. This I'm gonna put in the box here. And like I said, if you want to donate to the channel, you can do so by hitting that like, subscribe, share button. And if you actually want to donate like funds, I have a PayPal account set up where you can donate to, okay? Organization, organization, organization. Get organized, everybody. Get organized. There's never a wrong time to do it. Start now. Whatever you're procrastinating on, I encourage you to just start now. Just do a little thing towards it. Just a little step. Just one little step, okay? That's all it takes. Just one little step. And then when you see the progress that you've made, it's going to encourage you to take another little step, okay? Also, if you'd like financial advice, I can direct you to my team that I'm working with that are currently licensed while I get licensed, and then you can help me grow my business, okay? So we're going to be using the bestiary We're going to be using the crystallary today for the oracle cards. And then if I'm really feeling it, I'll pull one of these cards. Okay? This is going to be, I'm going to pull a card for us from here. This is for all the Libra, but we're going to get right into it now with a tarot. Okay? This is what is happening to the ops. What can the ops expect? We're going to help the enemy today. We're going to love our neighbor, okay? Even if they hate us. This is going to inform them. This may be a direct warning to these people. And you know, we all get ample warnings before you get signs. You definitely get signs. If you don't listen to the signs, you don't follow the signs, you hit the sign hits you, okay? All right, I just got to get this table clean. I don't know why I'm feeling OCD about it. I just need to clean it off just a little bit. We're also going to pull a rune, okay? This is for us. This is not for the op. This rune is for us to be aware of and focus our intention on during the reading, okay? So I've shuffled the runes. I'm just going to stick right in there, pull out the first one I can feel. I think that one's Fehu, something like that. We'll see. I got the book right here. This is the Book of Runes by Ralph Blum. And possession, is this possession? No, it's not possessions. This one is signals. And did I just say signs? Sign, sign, everywhere, sign. When you got a signal. So there's signals. We're being signaled. I think this might apply for the ops as well. Even though I said it wasn't for them, it's really applicable. So let's go with it. Page 96. What does signals say? This is Ansuz, the messenger rune, the god Loki. So Loki is a mischievous person. You know, they might be causing some mischief right now in your life. But the keynote here is receiving messages, signals, and gifts. Even a timely warning may be seen as a gift, right? If you're getting a warning, that's a gift. The message may be that a new life unfolding. New lives begin with new connections, surprising linkages that direct you onto new pathways. Take care now to be especially aware during meetings, visits, chance encounters, particularly with persons wiser than yourself. When the messenger rune brings sacred knowledge, you are truly blessed. Loki is the ancient trickster from the pantheon of Norse gods. He is the Heyoka of the Native Americans, a mocking shadow of the creator god, as well as the bringer of benefits to humankind. He is a reminder that even scoundrels and arch thieves can be the bearer of wisdom. So maybe you're getting wisdom through the ops. And that might not be their intention. They might actually be upset that they're helping you or giving you signs. But they could be the bearers of wisdom. When you draw this rune, expect the unexpected. The message is always a call to a new life. Ansuz, that's this rune, is the first of the 13 runes that make up the cycle of initiation. Runes that focus directly upon the mechanism of self-change, and such addresses our need to integrate unconscious motive with conscious intent. Drawing this rune tells you that connection with the divine is at hand. It is a signal to explore the depths, the foundations of life, and to experience the inexhaustible wellspring of the divine in your nature. At the same time, you are reminded that you must first draw from the well to nourish and give to yourself. Then there will be more than enough to nourish others. A new sense of family solidarity invests this rune. So be prepared for new connections, a new way of being, a new life. A new dawn, it's a new day, and I'm feeling good. Your enemies, your ops, this rune is saying that they're going to give you wisdom. So take what you can from them while you can. Learn from the mistakes that they're making. And understand that this is also a part of their journey. Maybe they're creating a new life for themselves through this hatred that they are spewing out from them. Just completely vile behavior. But what can you do when you live in a shoe? You look like a sock and you smell like one too. Now, this rune, again, it says, connect with the divine. There's a connection with the divine at hand. It's a signal to explore the depths and foundations of life and to experience the inexhaustible wellspring of the divine in your nature. So you are a divine being. Wonderful. Respect yourself, love yourself. Just because others don't doesn't mean you're not lovable, no matter what you do. And same with these ops. It doesn't mean they're not lovable. It means that they're making mistakes. And that's where I'm concerned, is that whoever initially started the mistakes against you, and then strength is here, or opening. Whoever created the original lies about you, the original rumors, the original misconception about you, is now going down a path that may lead them to more knowledge, hopefully, in the end. This is, what rune again? Initiation. I just pulled the initiation rune. Crazy. This is the initiation rune, page 103. So maybe it's a form of initiation going through, like, sometimes ritual humiliation is a thing. Unfortunately, but fortunately, it teaches you strength within yourself. And it shows other people that you can't be messed with. Like, no matter what they do, what they throw at you, it's actually going to rebound on them. And you're teaching them a lesson too. A hierarchy or mystery rune. This is called Perth, P-E-R-T-H. Pointing to that which is beyond our frail manipulative powers. So whatever they're trying to do manipulation-wise, there's something above them. Perth is on the side of heaven, the unknowable, and has associations with the phoenix. So you might be going through a death rebirth cycle. That mystical bird which consumes itself in the fire and then rises from its own ashes. Its ways are secret and hidden. I wrote a song that says, out of the fire and into the light, what was broken is mended right. Now a tongue on fire sparks a passion, and all your towers, they come down crashing. And I don't know if you know about the tower card, but I'm basically saying in that song that the fire that they're trying to put on me, or I've been put through, is only going to mend me. Just like when you put a sword made out of steel or whatever metal in hot iron, it mends it. It can repair a sword. So if you have a broken sword, you heat up the metals, you can put them back together. But it takes pressure, it takes heat, immense heat, pressure, and also a pounding. They pound the sword, right? They pound metal, and then they shape it. So you might be going through one of these cycles right now. Powerful forces of change are at work here, yet what is achieved is not easily or readily shared. After all, becoming whole, the means of it is a profound secret. On the side of the earthly or mundane, there may well be surprises, gains, or rewards that you did not anticipate. So something's coming in towards you. It's going to be very rewarding, and you didn't see it coming, maybe because you had so many of these people trying to distract you. It doesn't take you off your goal. You're still moving forward, but you kept looking. You didn't actually 100% see, or maybe it's just over the ridge, right? So there's something coming. Surprises, gains, or rewards that you did not see from the earthly or mundane. But on the human nature, on the side of human nature, this rune is symbolized by the flight of the eagle, soaring flight free from entanglement. So you could be getting to new heights, as I'm feeling that, lifting yourself above the endless ebb and flow of ordinary life to acquire a broader vision. All of this is indicated here. It's another one of the cycle runes. So we got 2 cycle runes. That's very powerful. Perth, so we went from signals to initiation. Okay? Perth stands as the heart of initiation. Nothing external matters here. So whatever they're doing isn't going to change this cycle of growth that you're going to be going through, or a cycle of initiation. Nobody else can interrupt what's happening for you. And that's going to really upset them because they've been trying so hard. It shows you its inner... Okay, I got to read that again because I kind of cut myself off. Nothing external matters here except as it shows you its inner reflection. So whatever they're doing in the external is only showing you what's happening internally within them. This rune is concerned with the deepest stratum of your being, the bedrock on which your destiny is founded. For some, Perth means experiencing a death. And need be, let go of everything, no exceptions, no exclusions. Nothing less than renewal of your spirit is at stake when you draw this rune. Time to let go, baby. Okay, enough of the runes. We're going to put those away. We got 2 cycle runes. First one, initiation, Ansas. Second one was initiation, Perth. Okay? check those out if you don't know about them. We're going to put the runes away. I got some organizing to do. I don't know about you. Okay. Tarot time. Tarot. Oh, tarot. Okay. Let's have some fun. What's coming towards your ops? What's going to happen to these ops? Now, I'm not going to try and put any negative energy into these cards. I want it to be organic. I want spirit to speak through these cards, okay? So please, please let me know what is coming towards these ops. Anyone that has, okay, Princess of Discs, okay, what is coming towards these ops? Princess of Discs. This could be, so you could be dealing with an earth sign. Could be an earth sign energy, immature. It's a princess. It's not quite a queen. It's somebody that wants to be treated like a princess. Maybe this is somebody that feels like they should have money given to them, or they got upset at you because you didn't give them your money, something like that. They could just be a younger energy, not quite mature in their finances, or are immature with their finances. But this is Princess of Discs in the upright is the first card here. Okay, if you want to see the artwork, that's it. Princess of Discs. This is someone that doesn't have a throne. This is someone that's out lost in the woods. They could be lost in the woods right now, trying to make their way, and they're really focusing mainly on money. Like maybe their pursuit right now is only money. The only thing on their mind is money. I got money on my mind, and my mind on my money. I'm feeling like they could be focusing so hard that they're actually losing money. They might be overly concerned about their money. Next card is Power in Reverse. This is happening to the ops, everybody. They're losing their power. They're losing their foothold. They're losing their strong fortress. This is Power in the upright. Now, in the upright, this would mean that they feel protected. Their finances are protected. They have a moat around them, right? That fortress has water around it. They have all entranceways guarded and protected. But in the reverse, it looks like they're about to be breached. Now, they could be flooded. They could be over their head in water, like drowning, like feeling like they don't have enough money. Power in Reverse. Their stability, it's a 4 card, right? You look at this, it's 4. But in the reverse, if you don't have your stability, your 4 in the reverse is not going to be very stable. Yeah, I'm seeing they're either losing their home, they're losing their ability to pay for their rent, or they're concerned about that currently. That's what's happening to the ops. Now, this could have been because they tried to do this to you. They could have tried to kick you out of where you're going. Maybe they tried to. This could have been someone like a lover of yours that maybe you thought you were going to be with them and share a household with them, but then they like held it over your head, took it over, like tried to hold their power over you, and then because you walked away or you said no to them, you called back your power, and they're actually losing what they were trying to take from you. And that's how it goes, right? What you put out, you get back. So just keep doing good things, everybody. Just keep doing good things. Try not to get too distracted by these people. I'm seeing Strength in Reverse and the Priestess. So they may have been someone at one point in their time where they were actually someone that could have been like a spiritual match with you. But now their strength is in reverse. They could be giving their power away to hallucinogenics. They could be maybe indulging too much in alcohol or marijuana or some sort of substance that's altering their state of consciousness. And that could be what's taking their power away as well, or taking their money away because they're putting out more for these substances that they're ingesting, which isn't actually giving to them, but taking from their body in the long run. It takes a toll on you. You can't just do cocaine for 40 years and then think you're going to be okay from it. You can't recover from that. You can definitely stabilize, but you're never going to be back to when you didn't do cocaine or when you didn't do these drugs. It's never the same. As soon as you have one of those experiences, it's going to change your whole perspective on life, all that. I'm seeing cruelty, 9 of Swords. It's backfiring. Oh my goodness, 10 of Swords and 9 of Swords together. Cruelty. So what they tried to do to you is they tried to ruin you. They tried to, like, 10 of Swords normally is like a man laying on the ground, stabbed in the back, bleeding out to death. They could have put out a hit on you. They could have tried to harm you, betray you, stab your heart, leave you feeling wounded, ruin your reputation, ruin your life. You see a broken sword right in the middle. There's shards of it. And I was talking about the fire earlier, how a fire can mend a sword. But now what I'm seeing is they just gave up. Like now they're in the Nine of Swords, which is like self-betrayal, being cruel to themselves, cruel to others. Maybe that's all they can focus on is cruelty or bloodshed, or maybe that's what's on their mind, right? They just want to harm somebody or be cruel. But what you're putting out, you're going to get back. I'm just warning. This is a warning. So this is a gift to the ops. If they're watching this, cross watchers, people that are trying to get a heads up on what the Libra's going, we're not even showing you what's happening in our world now. We're closed off. We're showing you what's going to happen to you if you continue on your path right now, being an op. Op is short for opposition, okay? Not OP, overpowered, but opposition, okay? So 10 of Swords. It's also got the scales of justice. Now I'm seeing this is it's equal, it's fair, it's balanced. This is what comes from what they've been doing. This is just natural. This is what's happening. Because they tried to break your heart, they tried to kill you, and they tried to ruin you, hurt your heart, stab your heart, betray you, ruin your name, ruin your business, ruin your life, ruin where you lived. You're a Libra. You're the scales of justice. You're still on top. Do you see this? You're still on top. You used the sword that they tried to use against you, and you just directed the energy right back to them. You see that? You just directed it right back. And who's at the center of this? Now all the energy that was at the center is going to be. They were trying to put the swords everywhere else, but now all the swords are pointing back to the origination. Where did the lie come from? Where did the pain come from? Where did the treachery come from? Well, all the swords are going to start turning back to when they were, because they lost their power. They don't have the power. Like, imagine a king or a queen in this place, and they have a moat and everything, and all the attacks that they tried to give out, they'd be protected still. They could send out armies and attack others, but they'd be protected. But with their power in the reverse, they're unable to maintain their structure and their fortress, their protection. They've lost their power. Now all of that is like, imagine you have a moat, but you can't draw the bridge up. So now the bridges are still accessible. You see that right on the top. The bridge is accessible. Somebody can walk right into their fortress. They're not protected anymore. They've given up their power. They've given up their protection because all they were focused on was this finances. This is who they are. The princess of, now it's still upright, so it doesn't mean a whole bunch of crazy stuff, but it's an immature energy. It's not a queen. It's not an empress. They don't even have a throne. They have like an armrest. And their head is looking down. They're not looking up. They're also lost in the woods. They may be grounded, and like in a negative sense, like when your parents ground you. But yes, 10 of Swords, ruin. That's what they tried to do to you. That's what's coming back. Sorry, ups. What you get? Cruelty. Now, those that they tried to hire, I was seeing if they were hiring people or recruiting people, maybe all the lies are starting to, the blood is DNA, right? And there's blood all over these swords. So there's a mark that's been left. DNA, you can trace somebody. So they're being traced right now. Wherever the blood was being drawn from, they know who was being harmed and they know where it was coming from. They're starting to get, either they know it or they're starting to get this picture, okay? But the blood, that's evidence. It's DNA. And these swords, the people that were harming you also are losing pieces of themselves. As they're trying to draw blood from you, they're losing parts of themselves. You see how all the swords are chipped? I wouldn't want to grab one of those swords for a fight. The only one that I see might be okay is the middle one, but it's got, there's pieces missing out of it. It's not structurally sound. So now whoever was doing this to you broke their sword. Their lies have been broken through, the mystery, the illusion. All they can do is keep doing the same thing that wasn't working because they don't have anything else to go off of. So their sword's broken. Now all the other swords, these other 9 swords that they recruited, are now being chipped and losing pieces of themselves. As you try and take from another person, you're actually taking from yourself and you're losing a part of yourself. Okay? You're not gaining when you harm someone else. You might gain in the short term with your ego and feel better and higher and mighty and ha-da-da-da-da. It doesn't work out in the long run. It's just you're taking from yourself. Imagine you scam people. 20 years you've been scamming people. You've been making money on it. You're like, ha ha ha. One day that catches up on you. You imagine how hard it's going to be to recover from 20 years of scamming people? Even 1 year. You go 1 year with lying, and maybe people believe you for a year. But then when the lie gets found out, after that year, it's going to take 10 times the amount of time that you spent to use your trust and to lie to people and break it. It's going to take 10 times that amount to get that trust back. Just not worth it. It's just not worth it. I do not recommend harming another person. Okay? I do not recommend spreading rumors and lies. It's not good. Personal experience is different, but if your personal experience is not correct and you're just saying it's your personal experience, that's a lie. So Chariot. Now with Chariot, I'm seeing you're going to be moving forward to this happiness, or this is what they were trying to stop you from, your happiness moving forward. Didn't really work. You're still moving forward. Nothing's stopping you. You can move at any time. It's your choice. Okay? All right. Let me know what you think in the chat. I am reading the comments. I'm not going to be replying to all of them. This card flipped. Knight of Swords in reverse. Okay, either they contacted a law official. A Knight of Swords could be a lawyer or a police officer, private security. It's someone that is trained to battle, but it's going in the reverse. So whoever they sent out towards you is now going back and double checking their work and looking at who made the call. Okay? Whoever made the lie, the malicious rumors and the gossip, and called it in, and then acted on the lie, and then had other people join in on this and really just harm you, whatever it was, apply it in your situation. Like it could be ex-lover that did this, it could be ex-boss. I don't know who did it. I don't know who harmed you personally, okay? I have an idea in my own reality of who may have played a part, but this Knight of Swords is rushing. They got wings. So this might be somebody that is a high official that takes aviation, because you see the birds there as well. This person could be in a helicopter and landing in your town near you. Now, to me, that would be FBI. That would be military. That would be a high official in the police. Like it wouldn't just be a regular police officer. This would be someone that has access and needs to go around to every part of your country to deal with the most serious offenses. This is someone that has that much authority, that much power, that much sway, that they can get up and go at a moment's notice. But what they're doing is they're going back to the source, the origination. This is in reverse. They're not moving forward with this. They could have in the past. They could have tried to attack you, harm you. Maybe they believed the lies too, because it could have been a very believable lie, right? You want to be a good liar if you're going to be a liar, right? But it's just not adding up. It's not adding up. It's not making sense. And you see, he's following the direction of the birds, and the birds are migratory, some of them. So he could be migrating back to your land, coming back, and this could be a seasonal thing, a cycle thing. Maybe he was away or she was away during the winter, but now as spring comes, like I said, as summer comes, the weather starts changing. It makes it easier for them to come up here. This person's going to return to the scene of the crime and really double check everything, really look over everything. I don't think it's in their favor. The universe, because the universe has been calling for justice. You have been placed in a position where people thought they were sacrificing you at the hangman. They thought that they were going to nail you to the cross. They thought they were going to be little snakes and get away with it. Underground, there's a snake. They thought they could hide underground. Maybe they were using underground channels of communication. They could have been planning this in like private gatherings and stuff. But you were out here in the open. You're out here in the hangman. You were laid bare. You were stripped naked. Like, you can't hide anything in this position. So whatever they were trying to say about you, if you were stripped naked and bare and they took all your privacy away and you had nothing to hide, then nobody saw what they were saying about you. Now, where's this come from, right? Who put the nails in this person? Who hung this person? Now, this could be that people in your community were trying to take justice into their own hands. This could be people, like random people could have been acting upon what they thought was a lie and then dispensing justice, but they were actually committing crimes. Because this is murder. You stab somebody in the hand and their feet and you hang them upside down, all the blood's going to run out of them. They're going to die, right? But you resurrected. We talked about that phoenix with one of those runes there. I'm seeing that you nearly either were put into a situation that was very dangerous and could have risked your entire life, or they did this to you. And they could have paid people, who knows? People could have benefited from your demise. But you went through, you didn't resist, you didn't fight. You can't fight. So you just relaxed, you let go with the flow, and you may be going through a rebirth. And this is the universe. The universe is calling justice. And you can see the eye is shining a light on the snake. And you see you dancing. You dancing with the snake. You got your head on the foot of the snake. That's the head of a snake. And you're dancing. You're balanced. And you see how this is very similar. The leg is crossed with the other leg in the hangman. Same with this. She's got the leg crossing. And you're still nude. You're still naked. But now you've embraced your fragile, vulnerable interior, your private side. Maybe they made your private public, which was illegal in a sense. They removed your ability to be private, but now you're able to show off the snake that you've conquered. You see how the eye is witnessing it? And you also see how there's faces. There's 4 winds coming out from every direction. This could be every animals and humans are speaking about what's happening, right? They're going to be brought to justice. They're going to be brought to light. You are the one that's delivering them to the all-seeing eye. Nobody can hide. I don't know what they think they're doing, but you can't hide forever. Just because you were underneath the head like a little snake underground in your little burrow, you left a trace. You can't hide. No one can hide from source, from creation itself. You can't hide that. What they did to you is so obvious now, you're just like naked and you embraced it. You're like, this is what happened to me. But I am going to still be beautiful and graceful and dance and come back to life after they nailed me to this cross. And I'm going to use this as my strength. Wonderful. Okay, what else? What else, spirit? That's one of my, I like that. There's a reader that does a, hello, spirit. She like sings while she's doing it. It's great. Sometimes I sing, but it's a little late here. It's like 9:30 p.m. Okay, yeah, local time is 2100 and 28 minutes, or 9:28 p.m. The date is 2023, March 17th. It is technically St. Patrick's Day for all you Irish people out there. Yada yada do, da da ba da boo. I think I have a little bit of Irish blood in me. I just found out. Irish Canadian. Even though Canadian's not a race or nationality. Like, it is a nationality. Pardon me, it's not a race. I'm Canadian. Prince of Swords. Somebody's going to be after, okay. Whoever this Knight of Swords in reverse is, which I'm feeling is a authoritative figure because it's a knight. They've got protection. A knight wears protection. They're going to be coming to you after they've dealt with whoever this was. They're going to be harsh. Okay, a Knight of Swords in reverse, they're going to be harsh and direct with their communication. They're going to be cutthroat. They're going to dissect the lie from the truth. They're going to they're going to be able to cut the bondage that these people have tried to do to you and cut through the lies. And then they're going to be coming towards you as a softer version of themselves. But you see this, they've got the sword behind them. So they've protected themselves, and they're going to be coming forward to you, and it looks like they might be offering you some sort of compensation, some sort of, it doesn't look huge. It might be small pinnacles, and this could be other people. Like, I'm seeing this Knight of Swords is going to come to you as a Prince of Swords in the upright. It's moving in the opposite direction. He's going to be coming down towards you, maybe humbling themselves because they were wrong about you in the first place. They're going to protect themselves, or they've been protecting you. They could be protecting you behind your back, like without you even knowing it. They could have been watching over you for some time. But they're going to be coming to offer you what might seem like a small little pinnacle. This could be some sort of compensation for the pain that you've endured. And they're navigating towards you. They've got a chariot. They're controlling the flow of direction at this point. These are the people 3 people that were slandering you. And now they've got their hands on the puppet strings. Now they're the puppet master. Because what these people tried to do to you is they tried to treat you like you were someone that could be less than human, like an animal. And they tried to put you in slavery and bondage. And now they're the ones that are being puppeted around. They may have to give you money All three of these people may equally have to pay you money. This could have been three people that were harming you or more. Or three people were the leads, the main people. But I'm seeing he's got a grip on it. He's got control on it. And he's able to defend himself and others. He's able to protect his back. And he's going to come to you more vulnerable. He's taken off his armor. He's still got his sword. He's still got like some sort of protective headgear. So he might come to you with like something on, like maybe still he's got a gun on his belt or something, but he's going to be plain clothes. He's going to be wearing regular clothing. And he's going to approach you on more of a human level, down to earth, grounded, because he's coming down from the heavens. You can see he's coming down from his position of authority. And he's also still controlling these people above. But you got this playing field here. You see this diamond with the flat plane inside of it? Some people think that's a representation of the earth that we're on. Some people think we live on a square with a circle inside of it. I don't know. That's just a theory, okay? But, and also the way that the light refracts through the firmament. That's something to look into as well, because the pyramid, you can see the prism on the frickin' Pink Floyd, I think they have that prism shirt. The album cover. But yes, this person's going to be coming down, taking off their armor, taking off their protection. They're going to be coming down a little bit more down to earth, a little bit more grounded, okay? They're going to tell you what's going on. And they may have had to remove some strings that were attached to their back because they were actually being puppeted by those people. Like this officer, this lawyer, whoever was acting upon a lie was being manipulated. And, you know, they don't really like that. And you do that to someone that has a position of trust and authority where they're supposed to protect and serve, and then you put them in a position where they're actually defending the people that harm someone and attack someone, and then you're causing them to like create more harm, potentially even criminal activity. Like if somebody does a false investigation or a false claim on you, and then there's an investigation, and then your privacy is violated and you get harmed, there's liability involved here. Like who's paying the price, right? Everything's going to get balanced out though. And it's not in favor of the opposition, but this is a warning. This is what's happening to the ops. Obviously, we're going to learn a little bit about what's happening to us along the way, but primarily the theme, oh my goodness, and cruelty came out again. Do you want fell on the ground? Cruelty. Cruelty fell on the ground, as well as the Libra card, adjustment. You see that, Libra? Adjustment. The adjustment I'm hearing is them hitting the ground, hitting rock bottom. The cruelty is coming to an end. Justice, adjustment. I'm also hearing a gavel hit when that fell on the ground. Verdict in your favor. Now the card that flipped on the table, debauchery. Oh my goodness, 7 of Cups. This is what's happening to them. This could have been 7 or more people that were totally involved in this. It could have been 2 people at the top that started the lie, and then that spilt down, and then whoever carried out this act against you, like a violence or harmed you or in some way, they're now getting their cup overfilled. Or this is in reverse as well. It could be this was the first person, da 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 da. But usually water flows down, right? And then when these cups get filled, it fills the next ones. But this is poison water. This is not. I wouldn't drink that. I don't know if you drink that, but unless you knew it was like a green smoothie, I wouldn't drink that. That doesn't look very healthy. Looks rather sickly. And this could be a feminine because I'm seeing the female sign up there. This could be a feminine. This is the 7 card, 7 of Cups. This prince, so this Knight of Swords in reverse is coming back and cutting off the power that this person, who may have been a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, or just someone immature in their finances, they're removing their power and authority. Maybe they're in a position of power, but they're removing it. Okay? They're removing that power. They're going back to sender. They're doing a return to sender here. They may be someone that flies in a helicopter or a big plane or something, but they got 2 swords. Okay, they're ready. They're charging in. They don't even have to hold back. They know exactly where they're going, and they're doing business, man. This is like serious business. They're not gonna hold back for nothing. They're gonna just be chopping away. And this could be straight facts, just fact. verdict. You are the ones that were criminals. You were the ones that were doing harm. You were the ones that were stalking, harassing. You were the ones that were involved in criminal gang activity. And we are coming after you. That's what this guy's doing. He has backup too. You see those three birds? This is also messengers from the God. He may have been given messages from higher source as well. Because, just because they're police doesn't mean they're not spiritual. Just because they're lawyers, judges, doesn't mean that they don't have a private spiritual life. Maybe they have a close connection with God and that helps them in their job. And this could have helped them. Maybe they have little people coming back to them. Maybe they sent out little messengers. You got 6 birds there, or 3 birds. Maybe they sent out 3 little spies. Maybe they infiltrated into the group. Maybe they just did an interrogation. Who knows? But this person is going right back to source. Whoever called the cops on you, whoever reported you to an agency or whatever that has authority that is able to act upon it, they're now going back towards the source, returning to source, and they're going to be dispensing justice. They're going to come towards you, the listener, the Libra, the one in favor, in balance. They're going to be coming towards you, and they're going to be holding 3 people by reins. They're puppeting these people. And these people are not they're on their hands and knees. They're on their bellies like snakes, right? A snake crawls on their stomach. That's what they're on. If you really look closely, their feet are in the air. Their head's on the ground. With my feet in the air and my head on the ground. Where is my mind? Where is my mind? Where is my mind? They could be asking themselves, why did we do this? We weren't thinking clearly. That could have been their excuse. We didn't know what we were doing. We didn't think. It doesn't get you out of the karma just because you don't know. Okay? Right? It doesn't get you out of it. You still acted upon negative intention. You had a negative intent. Just because somebody may have done something wrong in their lifetime and then you continue to harm that person, it doesn't make you better. It doesn't remove the karma of you doing harm. Okay? So whoever thought that they could get one up on this guy and put strings on his back, he severed those strings. You see how the sword's on his back? He cut the strings that were manipulating him, and he put it in his right hand. And now he's using them. He's actually being pulled towards them or wherever they're going. Maybe these people received money, so he's now following the money. You see how the cords are attached to the money and the people? Like the people are holding onto the money, but the cords are attached to the money. So he's following a trail. He's following, like, everything's monitored now. I mean, you can use cash a little bit here and there, but eventually people are going to say, where do you get all that cash from, right? So he's following, he's tracking them, he's tracing them, and he's being led exactly to where they were receiving either unlawful earnings or money, illegal activity, wherever these people, these little flying monkeys I'm hearing, because they're flying, they're not on their feet, they're flying around. He's going after these flying monkeys, but he's taken off his armor now, and he's going to be coming towards you with this information. And he's got 2 big pentacles behind him, even one underneath his butt. So something might be hidden. Like we were talking about in the rune section, there's some sort of hidden gift that you didn't see coming. You may have anticipated, like, yeah, I should get some money out of this harassment, this pain, whatever. There's 2 pentacles that you might have seen coming your way, but there's also one that's even bigger than all the others that he's sitting on, that he's waiting to present to you. Okay, because of what these people did to him, and maybe because of what they did to you, but how they acted, what they did. Okay, I'm going to rephrase this. What they did that was illegal to you, and then they framed you and set you up in some sort of way to make you look like the bad guy. Maybe they took your ability to earn an income. They removed people from trying to work with you because of the lies. He acted upon the lies as well, this person of justice, and they may have dispensed unlawful justice to you. Like in my situation, when the cops got called on me for being someone else who I'm not even that person, and then they acted upon it, they gave me a lawsuit. They gave me the ability to sue them. So he's upset. He's upset that they made him look like a fool, whoever this justice person is, who's supposed to be like a knight, who's supposed to be a protector. He's now in the reverse. So to you, he looked like he wasn't acting properly, that the law was doing something unlawful and they're being criminals and they're acting upon their ego. He's now being vulnerable. Okay, he's taken off his armor. He's going to not humiliate himself, but have humility. He's going to come down more on a human level with you, like more on I'm on your level, man. I get where you're coming from. I can see what they did to me. I can see what they did to you. I see where the money came from or where these people were going back and forth. They could be watching these people. It might take 1 to 2 years to actually see where these people were going, who they're connected with, da 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 da. But this person gets paid to do that as well. Like that's what's moving him forward as well. Like that's his job. Okay, he's an investigator. So he's got plenty of time to do this. These people that were doing this to you, they only got little pennies compared to what he's got. So he's making some earnings. He's fine. So he can continue to do his job while these people, they only did this here and there, but it was bringing him to wherever they were going because every time they did it, they would see trends, they would see where they would go after they did these things, and they'd follow them. Okay? These people, debauchery. Debauchery is not a good thing. Okay? If we find the definition of debauchery, it's going to really. I've already Googled this, but I don't use the word often, okay? I don't know how many times a day you use debauchery in your sentences, but I use it 0 times. Define debauchery.
Here's the definition of debauchery: excessive indulgence in sensual pleasures.
Excessive indulgence in sensual pleasures. So these people now are either a group together that are enjoying each other sexually or romantically, or they may have connections in that way, and they're actually sharing like some sort of disease, all of them together. And this could have come from one person. But there's multiple people that are sensual pleasures, could be drugs and alcohol as well. They could be all partying together. This is what he's finding out, okay? And the ripples in the water, this is, you can trace where a ripple comes from. You can see its origination, all right? And they're all leaving traces. It's overfilling. They can tell that these people are doing this stuff. And what happened earlier was cruelty fell on the ground. Because of this cruelty, it's coming to an end because it fell on the ground, but there's an adjustment that's happening. This may be a legal decision that's going in your favor. I'm hearing case closed. This is it. You guys messed up. If they continue, this may have already happened, but if they definitely continue on this path of debauchery and finding pleasure in toxic substances or being toxic, there's going to be an adjustment made by the universe or by a legal system, a court case. Something's coming up because of this cruelty, right? The blood, you can trace it all to the people. There's going to be blood on the scene, right? They may have tried to bleed you. Okay, last card for what is happening to the ops. Last card for now an hour. Then we're going to pull some oracle cards for ourselves. Last card for what is happening to the ops. What is going to happen to the opposition should they continue to act negatively towards the collective? Okay, if you're a part of the collective, you have either hit the like button on the video, you've hit the subscribe button to the channel, or you've commented on the video, and you are a Libra in any placement of your chart. If you have Libra in any placement of your chart, this could resonate with you. We got 2 cards. What is happening? The question was, what is happening to these people, the opposition, should they continue on the path of being negative, nefarious, debauchery, being opposition? And I already see one is in reverse. Both are in reverse. Princess of Cups in reverse and Ace of Discs in reverse. Okay, now Princess of Cups. That's what it's like upright. A beautiful scene. This is what it's like in reverse. Chaos. Disorganization. Looks like they're going to have to swim upstream. It looks like the turtle is on its back. They've come out of their shell, but they're on their back. You know how hard it is for a turtle to get back onto its feet? Because they have tried to hide in their little shell after they did this to you. They're now going to be picked apart by birds and animals and prey. They're going to have an uphill climb, an uphill battle. If they continue on this path, it looks like they're not going to quite make it to where they're trying to go. Okay? It looks like it's a turtle on their back, and they're even being covered by something as well. So how easy is it going to be for that turtle to get onto its feet if it's in that position, right? And everybody sees them now. You see this person's head, the human head with the bird above them? Everybody sees them. They thought they were like this. They thought they were just some young, immature, lovey energy, da-da-da-da-da. Now they see them in reverse. Everyone's seeing them from that position in the negative light. And then Ace of Discs, it was in reverse, so they're not going to be given any finances. Maybe they tried to take your money, but they're going to be losing money. They're going to be losing opportunities to gain money. They're going to be losing job opportunities that they could have had. Maybe even with you, if you were their ace of pentacles, and this is all they cared about, because at first it was a princess of discs. That's all they cared about. They were immature. Look at that. They were really focusing on this one pentacle. It's really, but it's yin and yang. It's duality. So as they're focusing on this, they may have put too much energy into the negative aspects. And then everything has to balance out, and they're getting ace discs in reverse. They're losing. Of course they're losing. It's the price you pay. I'm hearing that. It's the price you pay. How much more interest do you want to pay out? How much more do you want to lose? Keep continuing. If you want to be in opposition, this is a warning to you that you're going to either lose love partnerships, you're going to look like an immature person that isn't emotionally grounded and unstable emotionally and maybe has mental issues and is now vulnerable because a turtle on their back is quite vulnerable, and you have an uphill climb because that fish is going uphill upstream. It's not going to be easy. Doesn't look like it's easy that direction. I would stop. They're not going to be fertile. They're going to lose their pentacles. But you know, that's a price you pay. I mean, if you want to play stupid games, you get stupid prizes. Right? Smarten up, people. I hope you're in the upright. Whoever's listening to this, I hope you are doing well, and I wish you the best, even if you are in opposition. But I don't assume you to be anyone acting nefariously against me if you've stayed this long into the video. For those of you that are just tuning in, welcome. This is a live reading, and the primary tarot reading portion was for what's happening to the opposition. What can the ops expect? That was really clear what's happening to them. Bad news bears, I'm hearing that as well. Bad news bears. Oracle card portion. If you're still around, thank you. If you'd like to donate to the channel, there is a PayPal link. If you feel so inclined to, if you have extra to share and you'd like to give it to somebody, if you'd like to give it to the channel and the continued growth of this channel to supply me with the ability to purchase more products, to provide you more of a service, there is a PayPal link. And I'll be using the funds directly for what is going to benefit this channel, whether that be more tarot cards, whether that be paying for food, basically, for me to eat, or potentially runes, trinkets, little things that I'd be using in the videos. Anything that would continue the growth, maybe even marketing, right? Because that's a part of business expenses. So marketing the channel, I got to fix these glasses here. They're not sitting right. I just got these today. This left one is pinching my ear, and the nose, the bridge in the nose is off. She messed it up. I just said, yeah, it was okay because I just wanted to move on with my life, but whatever. I'll go back tomorrow and I'll fix this if they're open. That was our tarot portion. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, do so. Hit that subscribe button. If you like the video, hit that like button. Even if you dislike the video, hit the dislike button, but let me know in the comments. What did you dislike? How can I do better? What can I do to change? Constructive criticism. Thank you. Thank you for sharing the video. Much love. Much love. And we're moving on. As we always do. Moving on. This is a beautiful deck. Check that out. Look at that. Shiny, shiny. Okay? This is the Bestiary Oracle deck. Okay? Beautiful artwork. Bestiary. This is all kinds of animals, creatures, including humans. There's some salmon. All kinds of creatures and stuff in here. So we're going to learn about these animals, their spirits, and how they might be serving us in this time. Okay? These are going to be positive and uplifting messages, as well as a special look and perspective into how we might apply the knowledge, okay? What's that one? That one's beautiful. The swan? Is that swan? It's a swan. The deer. Okay, there's no reverse for these. We're just reading them upright. I'm just kind of showing you what the cards may or may not be. That's a beautiful one. Look at that eagle. Badass. Turtle. We saw that in the other card, that Princess of Cups. There's the human, right? Snake. Owls. Couple owls. I'm going through all the cards. Fox. Another owl. What is that one? It's a turtle? That's another turtle. It's got the world on its back. It's kind of lost in the camouflage. There's a spider. Oh, if you don't like spiders, don't look. What's that one? Raven. Skunk. Bee. Honeybee. It's a frog. Elephant. That is a house finch. That is a cat, a house cat. That's a bear. Last one, but not least. Nope, second last one, bull. And then like a gecko, but it's a 5-line skink. Never really heard of that till I got these cards. Okay, so that's all of the potential oracle cards. We're gonna do 3 from the bestiary. And then we are going to do 3 from the crystallery. Now, this is the same same author of the books and same illustrator for the cards. It is Maya Toll is the one that made all of these. Maya Toll, Maiatoll, and it's illustrated by Kate O'Hara. Okay, wonderful cards. If you want to get them for yourself, you can find them on Amazon. I got them at a local bookstore. Okay, and this is the crystallery. Smaller, but beautiful nonetheless. Very nice artwork. Okay, very illustrated. And we're going to go through these. This is for the Libra in the light, the protected, and the bright. Libra. What does Libra need to know? We're going to do a little reading from the books as well. Just the first page. There's 3 pages to each card. Do a little shuffle. I don't like bending these cards. They're too nice. So I just do this simple kind of stack fall. Cut it. Let it fall into place. It's not the most accurate shuffling, but I guess shuffling is not accurate. It's not the most diverse shuffling. It doesn't get every single card shuffled. Sometimes they stick together, but I do my best without damaging the cards. And it's really helpful when they're this big as well. It's hard to fit them in your hands. You can see that shiny gilded edge. Beauty. Again, thank you guys for participating in the video. Thank you for all your comments. Thank you for joining in. This wouldn't be possible without you. Like, I mean, I could make videos and stuff, but it's not the same. So I really appreciate you guys being here. I do this for you. A little bit for myself, but like 3/4 of it for you. Because if I was just doing it for myself, I wouldn't make a video. But obviously, I'm a Libra in a lot of placements. Libra Sun, Libra Moon, Libra North Node. It's very powerful Libra presence. So when I do a Libra reading, I resonate. And I'm not just reading for all of Libras, but I'm also kind of analyzing the situation in the cards in my own situation. Now, if it doesn't resonate with you, that's totally fine. You might find someone else that resonates with you, and that's great. I'd recommend you stick with them. But if it resonates with you, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and check the channel for more content. I have posted several videos, and I do other kinds of videos as well. But if you're really here for the tarot, I got some of that. I like doing the runes as well. Okay, we're just going to shuffle a little bit more. I really want this to be shuffled because sometimes I get the same cards all the time. And it's not a bad thing, but it's like, I don't know if it's me not shuffling properly or if it's just that I'm supposed to learn from those cards more. I think it's a little bit of both. But again, there's no inverse, or at least I don't read them inverted. And I like to do the magic of 3s when I pull these cards because I'm not gonna, like I could do the random, let's do a random shuffle. Whatever, what comes out, comes out. Let's do that. Sometimes I do the magic of 3s. Pretty powerful, but I'm just gonna see if anything flies out. What does Libra need to know from the spirit animals? We're gonna do that 3 times. So there's 2 cards in that pile. We're going to do that 3 times. What comes out? This might be more than 3 cards. What comes out? What does Libra need to know? Libra Collective, Libra Sun, Moon, Rising, North Node. What does Libra need to know? Please, please tell me. What does Libra need to know? I'm not looking. I'm not trying to influence the cards with my mind at all. Libra, what do we need to know? 2 more pulls. Sometimes when they get stuck, that's why I do the magic 3s. There it is. Okay. Last one. Last one. One more. However many come out, one more. Okay. We got 2 for that one. 1 flew down. Oh, we got 3 for that one. Oh my goodness. 2 owls though. Really powerful stuff. Okay. We're going to go right into it, and then we're going to pull from the crystallery, because I don't want to keep you waiting. The first card we got in the sequence is Common Raven. But not so common, is it? Not everyone has a raven. There's a story in the First Nations lore about ravens actually being white originally, and then through time they darkened. But what it says on the top here is it says align your inner compass. So for Libras right now, you may be shedding a little bit because you see these feathers kind of falling off. You might be shedding a little bit, letting go of the old, and aligning more with what your true direction in life is. And you can kind of see almost a compass in this, but that is actually a drum. That's another First Nations kind of symbolization, right? You see the skin drum with the whatever that's called, the thing that hits it. So another First Nation, a lot of First Nations in this. This actually does have a compass. So you could be finding your North Node right now, or going towards your North Node, or acting out your actual destiny in life, like getting on your path. And what I'm seeing with this is you're not minding other people's paths, right? It says align with your compass. You're not looking at where everyone else is going. So you could be setting your own trail right now. And it says transcend yourself on the next card. So these 2 cards came out together, a Common Raven and then an Andalusian Horse. Andalusian Horse. It says transcend yourself. Now you could be finding a balance between your negative and positive sides. You could be separating and going towards one of these directions. Hopefully the light, the positive. I mean, if you want to go the dark route, you can. Dark Horse, that's a song. But you're moving forward at a rapid rate towards your destination that is your actual destiny and fulfillment, like your compass within you. You're going where your heart's calling you, where you're being drawn to naturally, like your magnetism. You might be getting pulled in this direction. And transcending yourself, you could be to transcend is to go to the next level. You could be getting to the higher, like a next evolution of yourself, and that would be through following your compass, which is also like your intuition, listening to that stuff. And that's in the past, so that could be the past energy. You did that, and now in the present moment, it says stand up for yourself, right? Now, how many people are going to want to come after a skunk? Once it sprays, once it lays its defenses, if you go after this animal, you're not very wise. So you could have stood up for yourself at this point. This is also crown chakra. You see the purple up there. First one was like root. So you mastered your fear. Then you went into your heart with the transcend yourself. You got into your heart chakra. And now you've gone up. You've elevated in your chakras. And so stand up for yourself. So now you could be sitting in your royalty, your sovereignty, and you're displaying a defensive stance. And that is totally your right to do. You don't want to ward off every single person. But it also looks like you're connecting with nature, because you see that skunk cabbage? Right? You could be blending in with the nature around you or in the environment around you and just tuning to that vibration. And it also looks like you have like a force field. So you could have such a powerful magnetism or energy around you that you repel negative energies now, and they can't even approach you. They can only attack from a distance, and that's not really doing much at all. And the last portion, we got 3 cards here in this one. So we go 2, 1, 3. It says get creative. This is the one that flipped upside down and I didn't see it. So you might be discovering something that was hidden from you, like a creative aspect of yourself, or something that you were hiding from others. You could have been putting this kind of down and not letting other people see how creative you were. But now that you're coming out of your shell, looks like you might be in some sort of tree nest or burrow. It's a screech owl. So it says, get creative. Now, with this owl, he actually brings what is a snake. He brings the snake into its environment. So you may have been using the snake and being creative with these people that were being snaky with you and actually used it to clean up your environment. Unbeknownst to them, you could have been using them and their snaky ways to actually benefit you in your natural environment. Okay, I'm going to read the book for that just because it's easier to explain. Screech Owl 47. Now, if you want me to read any of these oracle cards that I passed over, you can. Screech Owl, it says, get creative. Clever Screech Owl has figured out how to get housekeeping service in her eyrie. She brings a blind snake, so these people could have been blind, these snakes, a small creature who feeds on ants and flies. So these snakes that were trying to feed on you, whatever, you're actually using them to remove other little pests in your environment. So this bird, this owl, Screech Owl, brings the snake into her nest to eat the insects who otherwise would get into your food stash. Okay. She'll play chameleon, blending into the trees, her feathers forming a near-perfect imitation of bark. If she wants a little extra camouflage, she'll pretend to be a branch, making herself skinny and swaying gently so she looks just like another limb dancing in the breeze. So it's saying it's time to get clever and get creative with life's challenges. And that's what I'm saying you already are doing. So you've used these snakes. Next one is little owl. Key into wisdom. So that's again heart. So we got crown, we got heart chakra energy. And with this, I'm seeing like more of a regal presence, kind of a Roman. You see that Roman clay pots and stuff. I'm seeing that you could be putting yourself or being put on a pedestal. Now that you've gotten creative, you use the snakes to your advantage, you've cleaned up your environment, spring cleaning, you're now on display. You're the centerpiece. You're the showpiece. It says key into wisdom. Now, you might be the key to other people getting wisdom. I'm hearing that as well. You could be very smart, very intelligent, high IQ, and people are now actually seeing you for this because everything around you has been cleaned up. Like before you were blending in, you were just blending in with the natural environment. Maybe people actually thought you were part of the chaos and the negativity or whatever, but you could have just been blending in to protect yourself at the time, whatever it need be, whatever you're using that for. But now you're on full display. You're not hiding. You're out there. You're showing off. You're showing out. And the next one is Fox. Now, Fox is a tricky character. Shape-shifting. You see how you went from one owl to another. And this one talks about chameleon, shape-shifting, changing your colors. Shapeshift. This is heart as well. We've got a lot of crown and we've got a lot of heart energy, okay? So you are able to blend into the nature. You see, you're best of both worlds. You see how you were that on one side. Okay, this is how it would be. On one side, you got this owl that blends into nature, right? You see that? One side, you blend into nature. But then on the other side, you're showing out. You're showing off. See that? You're on full display. See how they line up like that? That's really cool. So the red fox, it says shapeshift. Now, this fox can blend in with its natural environment. It can look like the fall, autumn leaves, depending on its coat and the season. And it also, in my territory where I live, there's actually foxes that go roam out in the streets and run across a road, and you see them on the sides of the highways and stuff. I'm going to read the passage from the book because I think that's going to help me with this card a little bit. It might shed light. Despite being a redhead, Fox understands the subtleties of camouflage. One moment she seems to be a small dog, the next a log, and then she'll move gracefully as a cat. In Asia, she's been seen wearing the face of a beautiful woman and sometimes an old man. Fox is said to gain a tail as she masters her magic. A fox with 9 tails, which is like a Pokemon, 9 tails. A fox with 9 tails knows many things, including invisibility and the art of shape-shifting. And 9 tails, I think, is a fox in Pokemon that can become many other kinds of foxes as well, random. So fox is a starlet turned spy. So you might have some spy qualities to you, or you've been doing your own little investigation and peeking in and blending in with the shadows. Having the wisdom to know which is needed. So whether to stand out or blend in, you've mastered the art of camouflage, whether that be covering your energy and conserving or showing out and shining your light, right? Because this, stand up for yourself. This is when you stop blending in. That's when you stand out. But you protect yourself almost in that sense. But when you want to blend in, you might be calling on the raven energy or the fox energy. Because a raven blends in with the night sky. So, fox is a starlet turned spy, ready to stand out or blend in, and having the wisdom to know which is needed. Fox teaches that your exterior is an ever-changeable illusion. And that's what's been happening, is they were causing an illusion, but it's changing too, right? If she has appeared, see if it's time for a shift, or if, perhaps, someone is being shifty with you. Okay? Beautiful. That is the bestiary. We're going to move on. I'm going to put this away. Do you have any questions? Put it in the comments. What do you think of the video so far? Let me know. How am I doing? How can I do better? Let me know. Put it in the comments. Book goes right on top here. We're going to put the cards away because I'm organizing. I'm getting clean. We're going to put this away. Where's the rest? Where's the rest? Where'd I put them all? They're there. It's a really nice case that it came with. Fits right in here. Beautiful. But I forgot to put the freaking loop underneath. My mistake. I gotta go. So the cards are in there already. I gotta go this way. Put the book on top so that you can just pull tab the book out. Okay. That was my mistake. And then obviously cover it up. I like things to be nice and neat and in line. My OCD, perfect. That's it. That's the box it came in. Wonderful. I would recommend getting this if you can. And we're going to move on. So, bestiary is done. I got my here tiger's eye pyramid. So you got the animal spirits right in the crystals too. Transitioning into the crystallery. This is a nice deck as well. Some of these aren't all crystals, like amber isn't technically a crystal, but it's part of the deck, okay? So try not to get mad at it. If you see these cards and they resonate with you, you may be inclined to go out and purchase them. I do not know where to get every single crystal in this world, but I'm sure you have a local shop nearby, and if you don't, you can go on the internet. These may be recommended at this time for you to encourage your growth during your transition, your phase into this next beautiful cycle that we're moving into. Spring is almost sprung. I believe it's the 20th or the 21st that the spring equinox hits of this month. So that's a couple days. I can already feel the shift in the weather. Today was warm. I live in the northern atmosphere. It's very cold. It's a higher elevation. There's less air. There's more snow. Less moisture for some reason, but there's still a lot of snow. We're coming into the warmer seasons. We're going to start to see some new growth. Plants are going to be blossoming, budding. So are you. You may have felt like everything was dying and for naught, but that's just the end of winter, hey? It's kind of natural with the seasons. Okay. What do we need to know? Libra Collective, Crystallery. What cards do we need to... Oh, that's way too many. I just want... If I can get just one, please. One at a time. We're going to try 3. Anything? First card. Lapis Lazuli. Sovereignty. Step up to sovereignty. That's either what you've been doing because it's in the past, or that is recommended in this beginning of your next phase, is to maintain that sovereignty, hold your crown, hold your authority. No one can take away your what you believe of yourself, how you feel of yourself. They may affect it, they may challenge it, but ultimately you are the master of this. Okay, we had 2 cards there. I don't want to pick 2 cards. I want 1 card 3 times. 1 card 3 times. Let's go. Keep it simple. Keep it simple, stupid. All right, what's next? And it's okay to make fun of yourself. It's okay to laugh at yourself. It helps you ease the pains. Keeps you humble. Oh, what fell down to the ground? This is something for the ops. Better with time. So they have not gotten better with time. This is the card for the ops because it fell on the ground. All right? Ammolite. They're snakes. You see how it's a snake? The snakes are not getting better with time. That's fucking hilarious. Part of my language. That's for the ops, okay? Now, if it comes out again for us, it's in the upright, it's in the positive. But if it falls on the ground again, we're claiming that for the ops. Oh. Getting a little throat clearing here. Next one is ebb and flow. Moonstone. So with the moon cycles, tides changing. Oh, it's been many moons. You've been going through new moons, full moons. This next new moon could be very special to you as well. But you're coming into a time where you're going to be in more of a relaxed state. You can ebb and flow with the changes that come. You might be like a tidal wave. People might see you as a powerful wave and a powerful force because you see that water rushing over. But you've mastered the cycles. You can see this wreath that's going around the moon. It's got every season on it. It's got fall, it's got winter, it's got spring, and it's got summer. Right? You see all that? You have mastered the seasons and the cycles, and you are claiming your throne. People see you as someone that is regal or of royal blood. You may actually be of royal descent, royal decree. I'm hearing, hear me, or some sort of thing like that in the background. I'm hearing like someone on a soapbox. Oh my goodness. Black tourmaline, very powerful stone. Let me see if I can show you some. I believe this is a piece of tourmaline. This is some sort of black tourmaline. Polarities, duality, positive, negative. You transmuted the energies that they're throwing at you. It says transmutation. Ebb and flow, very similar. You see the waves, the ripples, magnetic waves are similar to water when it has like a little ripple in it. Now, all of these cards have some sort of blue. Lapis lazuli is blue, but it's crown chakra. Step up to sovereignty. This one will help you if you can find yourself a lapis lazuli or get some, and I'll show you mine. If you can get some lapis lazuli, it is recommended to help you. I got a bunch of crystals here. This is my lapis lazuli right here. It's hard to see. It kind of looks black on the screen, but this is lapis lazuli. It's blue with little gold flakes inside of it. It's very pretty. I also have ruby zoisite. This is another one that I have. Now, this is gold obsidian. And this is amber. I have a whole lot on me. Stay protected. You know, people wear guns and stuff in America. I wear my crystals. I guess I'm in Canada. All right. Lapis lazuli, blue. It's a blue crystal. Ebbs and flows, right? I'm thinking the oceans, the rivers. The water might be very important to you at this time. Getting a stone could be very helpful to navigate your own emotions and your own water. And then ebb and flow. As you go with the motions, the flowing of the seasons, not every day is going to be great. Not every day is going to be bad. It just is what it is. Go with the flow, ebb with it, flow with it. Dancing, right? Sometimes you can do very rigid movements. Sometimes you can do relaxed, smooth movements. A mixture of both might be nice as well. You become a master of this, mastering not only the seasons, but the moon cycles and feeling, perchance, the moon. And then transmutation. You are able to dance in the... You're able to grow out of nowhere. Like, you see the dandelion growing out of crystal. It doesn't look like it's very good fertile ground. Like, how many plants can you plant into that crystal and then see it grow? But you're able to spread your seed. You're a dandelion. You're like one of the hardiest. You have a heart of a lion. You can spread your seed, like your ideas and your creative spark, your magnetism. You're just very potent and powerful. No matter how much they try and kill you, you just come back stronger and you adapt. You transmute the energy around you and you navigate through polarities. Okay? Wonderful. Get one of these stones, if not all of them. I don't have a moonstone that I am aware of. I do have lapis lazuli and I do have black tourmaline. So these are very powerful stones for you in this time. Other than that, if you have any questions, let me know. Put it in the comments. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and then follow for more content. This has been Lights Out Tarot. I'm also known as Lonely Company, and we'll come back at you with another live video when we can. I'm just currently getting educated and then licensed, certified, and then licensed in financial services. I'll be a wealth management advisor, something along those lines. I'll be able to help you earn, save, and then employ your money. If you'd like to learn more about that information, I can set you up for a Zoom meeting with my team. And then this is really only if you're in Canada, though. If you're in Canada, this is going to be a very good opportunity for you. If you're in America, I may be able to help you, but other countries abroad, I won't be able to provide you or distribute to you the services that you may want to employ. Okay, so yeah, check that out. I'll keep updating you guys as we go along. This is going to be very exciting times. We're moving forward, and I am here to help. Okay, I'm here to help you so that you can help others. But I also, don't forget, you got to help yourself first. You can't help others if you can't help yourself, right? Drink lots of water, get some rest, love yourself, nurture yourself. Forget about them haters, because you know what we just did in this reading? We just affirmed what's going to happen to anyone that comes at you with negative energy, which is not a good thing for them based on the reading that we had. Now, for us, as we go through that reading, it not only affirms that we are protected, but it's also affirming that they will be held accountable for their actions, okay? Now, stay true to you. Be love, be light. Don't fall into the darkness. If you do, try and embrace it, love it, give it light, and then it won't want to embrace you anymore if it wants to stay darkness, right? Imagine you try and bully someone and the person you're bullying just keeps coming back at you with love. You'd be like kind of confused, and then you'd probably give up, because most of the time when somebody's bullying you, they want that negative energy because they feel power shifting or whatever. They feel like they're better than you. I made this person. But if you just smile at them, you don't even have to say anything. You just smile at them. You just, yeah. Just love and light, brother. Just love. Say what you want. And then you continue to do good. They're going to either want to join you or they're going to fall back because they can't elevate. What they're doing is they're trying to lower you down to their frequency so that you stay down there and you don't ascend. It's a trap, right? That's all they can do is set traps. But you're like a fox. You're like a sneaky little fox. You can walk through the woods without making a sound, okay? You know where all the traps are because you've seen the land. You know the land. So when you see something that's out of place, you're not going to step in that trap. Okay? Don't fall for the trap. Don't act on emotions just readily and available like anger. Don't act upon anger. It's okay to embrace the feeling. Like, yeah, you're angry. That's, yeah. Yeah, love yourself. Yeah, I was angry. Right? You got to accept that. You can't just lie to yourself all the time. I mean, you can try, but every emotion's valid. So if anger comes up, it's just like a child getting angry. You don't want to dismiss a child's anger or else it makes them feel invalidated. But you don't want to encourage them to be angry either. So you just let them process. You don't need to stop them from processing. Love yourself. Continue to do well. I'll share with you what I can in my journey as I go along. Protect yourself. Love yourself. Know that you are protected. But don't be naive. I mean, there's some wickedness out there. It's not a perfect world. You wouldn't see light without the dark. You wouldn't see dark without the light. You gotta have the duality in this world, in this reality that we're sharing with evil people, it seems, and good people. So don't distrust everybody, but don't trust everybody. You know, find the balance. Stay balanced. You're a Libra. You can do it. Find that balance. Find your center. A center point is where you find most of the balance. Don't go to one end of the spectrum, or else you'll be off balance. That's what they want to get you to do, but that's all that they can do is try and remove your balance. But they don't know who they're messing with. They don't know a Libra, obviously. So I mean, like you could be one end of the spectrum if you really want, but it's dangerous for others and it's dangerous for yourself. So stay blessed. Keep that vibration rising. Sing, dance, drink lots of water, and then fight them with love, kill them with kindness. Like honestly, these people are just gonna kill themselves eventually. And I'm not trying to like elicit a bad response, but that's what they're doing every time that they harm someone. They're removing integrity from their own structure and their own being. and they're harming themselves internally because we're all somewhat related and a reflection of, like, we're a part of another person's reality, and you get into the metaphysics of it. Some people think that we're just all hallucinating this reality. Could be, but they're a representation of you in a lower form of yourself if they're acting negatively. If you admire someone and they're doing good in their life, they're a reflection of you in a different vibration that you can ascend to as well. You can use your enemies as footstools, and you can use them as stepping stones, or you can let them walk all over you, right? You don't need to do either. You can say none of that and just isolate yourself completely, but that's very difficult to do. So lots of people in this world, just keep loving yourself. Like I said, I mean, they want to lower your vibration. They'll do it through lies, trickery, deceit, threats of violence, and then if none of that works, they will actually enact violence against you. And if that doesn't work, then all they can do is try and kill you. And I mean, like, that's very hard to do because most people are afraid of the consequences of killing somebody unless they have nothing to lose. And in which case, just stay strapped, they say, but don't, just defend yourself, just protect yourself. Learning skills of protection like self-defense classes can encourage your own confidence as well. So no harm, no foul. Don't go out there purposely looking to harm people. Don't go out there and try and hunt these people down that are harming you. Just stay in your lane. If they can't follow you, leave them behind. That's okay. If they're trying to harm you, don't bring them along with you. And then don't go down to their level, because then you're closing doors that were meant to be open for you. Just keep moving up. Just keep ascending. Just raise that frequency. Remember, love wins. You watch every single movie, love wins. Even the ones that are creating movies to try and control your brain or whatever, or do this brainwashing, mind control stuff, blah, 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 they still admit to love winning. Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, da 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 da. The people that you thought were bad weren't always bad. Sometimes they were the ops of the ops, pretending to be your op as well, right? Like Snape in Harry Potter was actually protecting Harry by working along with the dark, but actually it's just like a spy, right? So just know where you are, know the lay of the land. And when you don't know, just trust your intuition, follow your compass, and then keep moving forward. If you're looking backwards and you're trying to move forward, you might trip. So keep your eye on the prize, focus. If you look down on the ground and you shoot a basketball, you're probably not going to get in the hoop. If you look at the hoop and you shoot the basketball, you'll probably get it closer at least, and then you keep practicing, and then you'll get it in the hoop, okay? If people are trying to get you to be distracted and look at what they're, oh, this person does this person's that, you know what you are. You know what you are. They can try and think and make you think, nah, but you know what you are, okay? And God knows what you are. And if these people continue to do what they're doing to try and harm you and dissuade you, God knows what they are as well. And everybody's going to be held accountable. Everybody. There's no way that we're not escaping judgment, which is energy. We can't lose energy. You can't lose it. It's stuck in this place. Right? You can check out any time you like, but you can never leave. You can check out, which either means that you can like space out or you can die. Right? That's Hotel California, but you can never leave because we're all under this prism. We're in a prism. Right? And I was talking about that with that pyramid earlier. Some people think we are on a square with a circle inside of it, 4 corners. It talks about that in the Bible. That universe card that I showed you in this deck. This deck, the universe card, is a circle with you dancing with the snake, which is either Kundalini or the negative energy, devil's the snake, da 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 da. But every corner, there was a human, there was a bull. It's a representation of 4 of the zodiacal signs, but it's also a representation of as above, so below, as within, as without. There's 4 corners, 4 wind directions, da 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 da. It talks about that in the Bible and other texts as well. And you can even see Justin Trudeau trying to mock people, saying there's people that think that the world is flat. And we know the earth is round. Like, well, why are you even talking about it if you know it's round? You don't have to worry about it, man. It's weird. It's weird now that he's talking about it. I just think it's weird. Look into it. I'm not telling you what to think, what to believe. I'm telling you to research, look into it for yourself. When you wake up in the morning, do you feel the world spinning? That's a simple question. Do you feel the world spinning? If you got in a bus and the bus started to move, would you feel the bus move? if it continues to move, you would feel its direction of movement and its way of travel, and then you would adjust to it. But then imagine it's still moving in the direction, but then you change your direction, then you'd have to adjust to that. So now think about the world spinning 666 miles per hour around the sun, or some bullshit numbers, some crazy numbers that they somehow figured out through mathematics, geometry, and triangulation, watching the moon, the sun, the stars. Yeah. The Earth is spinning. Okay, let's think. The Earth is spinning. It's crazy. It's going fast. It's going spinning. It's on an axis. It's spinning. It's perfectly crazy and chaotic. And then you're walking. And maybe you've adjusted to how it's moving so you can get your balance. But then you change direction, and the whole spinning of the Earth would change as well with your change of direction. So now you're like having to compensate for like you just turning east to west to north to south. And then think of yourself on an escalator. These are just things to think about. Okay, I'm not telling you what it is, I'm not trying to break your brain or anything. You're on an escalator or on one of those flat freaking things in the airport that make you go faster. Now that's the Earth going one direction. Okay, let's think about that. Or it's just going like this. And then you start walking in the direction that it's going, you go like twice as fast, right? Because it's already moving that direction. So if the Earth is spinning in a certain rotation and it's going a certain direction, and you start walking that direction, don't you think that you might start going faster in one direction? Okay. Now, you're on this little thing here. It's going this way, but you try turning and you go this way. Sometimes you get stuck in place. The elevator or whatever, the escalator or whatever, the thing that's going flat in the airport and it's moving you forward this way, you start to go around it. You have to double up your speed to get anywhere. If you just go at a regular pace, if you match the pace of this direction and you're going the opposite direction, you get stuck in one place. You're in a river. Okay, now you're in a river. Think of this. You're in a river in a boat. I was in a river in a canoe with just a paddle. And I was in the Klondike River, and it's going 15 miles per hour, let's say. 5 to 15 miles per hour. Not super fast. It's going one direction. And I try and go against the current, the flow of the current. I was stuck. I was looking at the same land, and I was like, I'm really putting an effort here. Why aren't we moving? So what we had to do, we had to get in another boat with a high-powered motor engine to go up, right? So now the Earth is going one direction, right? Spinning, going so fast. And you like walk that direction, you'd be like the Flash. You'd be like, you can't see me, man. But then you go the opposite direction of the way that the Earth is spinning, and you'd feel like a snail. Like, this is so much effort. And you just turned one direction. Just one different way. Okay. Just think about it. I'm not going to get too much into it. I'm not saying I'm anything. I'm not labeling myself. I'm not identifying as anything except for, in this video, a Libra. I'm a Libra Sun, Libra Moon, Libra North Node. But I'm much more than just a Libra, right? That's just placements in my chart. Think about it. Do your own research. Never hurts to learn something new. If you look at the documents that NASA releases and aviation studies, you'll often see a non-rotating plane. Not plane as in a plane, but plane as in a plane of existence. They often use that terminology in their documents, okay? There's no mechanism inside of a plane that accounts for a curvature of the Earth. There is nothing. The nose doesn't point a certain direction at different points of the flight to account for any sort of curvature. Water, I put essential oils, a liquid, any liquid. I put it in something. This is running low. I put it in something. It becomes flat. It fills the vessel and the container. Whatever direction I move it, it becomes flat. Right? If I start spinning the water, it goes to the sides and it elevates. And there's a concavity in the middle. Now, if the Earth is spinning, how come our lakes aren't going like that, you know? Just think about it. Just think about it. I'm not trying to be any crazy person here, but just think about it. Just think about it. Like, do some reasoning. This is simple stuff. I mean, like, every time you pour water into a cup and you spin it, what happens to the water? Now imagine everything is spinning and water's coming down. Wouldn't that change where the water's going to hit all the time instead of going straight down? I don't know. Just think about it. Just think about it. Remember, raise your vibration. Ascension. Ascension. Ascending. You can ascend and descend. Ascension. What do we call the horizon? Horizon. Horizontal. Horizon. What is horizontal? It's perfectly flat. Horizontal. What happens if you ascend in the atmosphere? The atmos is some sort of Greek word, and then sphere. A sphere means circle as well. It doesn't mean a ball. A sphere means a circle. So like I said, some people think we're on a circle, on a square. Now think of yourself, maybe you're in a petri dish. Admiral Byrd, this is a long spiel here. Admiral Byrd, he was a military personnel in the American military. He did an expedition across the North Pole, like past the North Pole. And when he came back, he reported that he saw distant lands with more natural resources than that could supply all of our existence, and then some, for many years to come. And now they have an Antarctic treaty where you can't go and explore past a certain portion of like a pole and actually find out for yourself, or else you'll be stopped by military personnel. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying what's happened legally. There's a treaty where lots of countries have signed on and agreed to protect that. It's a natural environment protection thing. Check it out. Look into it. There's some interesting stuff. What is it? There was a Hennessy commercial. It was very unique. What was that Hennessy commercial? Hennessy commercial. And they went down to like the bottom of the ocean and went as high as they could into the atmosphere. The Picards, Augustus Picard. So there was two brothers, the Picard brothers. I'm going to Google that for you because you might not look. Picard brothers. Augustus. Now, it's hard to find some of this stuff. Augustus Picard. Gene Roddenberry named Captain Jean-Luc Picard. No, that's Star Trek. Pioneers of flight. The twin brothers, Augustus and Jean Picard, were not only brilliant scientists. This is from the Smithsonian Institution website. Can I share my screen? I don't know how to do that. I think I need a other platform and stream from a different platform. This video is a picture-in-picture frame. Yeah, I have to use a different streaming medium to show you my screen share. No, okay, that's not going to be it. I'll figure that out soon. Okay, I'm just going to read from it. Augustus Picard. He was a Swiss physicist. Conceived and designed a sealed, pressurized gondola that could safely carry him into the upper atmosphere to conduct scientific studies. In 1932, Picard and assistant Max Cossens, shown here with Picard on the right, ascended in the gondola to 52,500 feet in the air. Their flight attracted wide attention and inspired other researchers to plan high-altitude flights. Okay, so Picard went up to the sky as high as he could, and his reports of what he saw was like a flat, upturned disc. That's his description of what he saw the world to be. Now, in the Bible, it says we are the apple of God's eye. Now, an apple of God's eye would mean that we're like at the center or whatever. We're like, but an eye is like a concavity as well. But it's like a semisphere, but it goes up like this. If you're on the inside of the eye, it would go up like this. On the outside, it's the opposite, right? You look at an eyeball from the outside, it looks like this. But if you're on the inside of the eyeball looking out, it'd be like that. All right. Okay. Now, who went to the bottom of the ocean? Deepest sea exploration. I think it's still a Picard. I think they both went up and down. On January 23rd, 1960, Jacques Picard, so one of their descendants, Jacques Picard and Don Walsh climbed into an undersea craft called the Trieste, and dived nearly 11 kilometers to the deepest point in the ocean. Okay, that's in a video, and I mean, I'd show you the video, but I'd probably get some sort of copyright. Yeah, toroidal fields are big as well. But if you look at a toroidal field, there's one point that's a flat portion of the field of the toroid. Everything finds its level. Water always finds its level. When you die, your heartbeat is always going up and down, but when you die, you flatline, right? Everything finds its level, including water inside your body. Your heartbeat, even on the scale, which is like a sine wave, goes like this, which is also the lightning strike, right? Satan was cast down to earth as a lightning or something in the Bible. It says it's like a lightning strike. It's like what Harry Potter has on his head, right? It's a curse, but it's a blessing. Crazy. Horcruxes, that was a weird story too. Separating your soul and putting your soul into different items and then placing them around the world so that if somebody killed you, you could come back if somebody was able to grab one of these. But then he had to find all the items and kill all the items to sever the connection to the split souls. Crazy. Whoever made that was like pretty intelligent, or they copied it from something else. So if you want to look up that video, it's Augustus Picard. It's Hennessy commercial hot air balloon. That's what I typed in. I could find it. It's Hennessy's, the Picards. It's 1 minute and 33 seconds. Now that's a very conspicuous, but it'll show you things in the video. I'm going to pull it up and I'm going to share the link to that video in the comments here if you want to. All right. Everybody's throwing out subtle hints. If you look at the movie The Truman Show as well, there's subtle hints in that. There's hints in the Simpsons movie to different things. Now, obviously, we're manifesting through our own third eye here, and we're seeing what the world's going on and doing. Have you seen the Kia commercial where they are painting the sky? No, that sounds cool. I'll type that in for myself. Kia commercial painting the sky. David and Goliath. That's what it's titled as. A New Elevation. I'm looking it up right now. I'm just watching it. It's got no sound. I played no sound. He's just driving up a mountain. They start getting into the clouds. He passes the clouds. Now he's in the clouds again. And then there's, oh my goodness, that's hilarious. There's people on a platform just painting the sky, painting the clouds. And they're like, oh no. Who's this? How did they get up here? Man, that's just like the Truman Show. That's hilarious. And these people are like in their car looking. What do they say?
Kia.
Oh my goodness, sorry. Okay, I just want to hear what they say.
I think we went too high.
I think we went too high. It says, welcome to a new elevation. That's hilarious. Thank you for pointing that out. That's a great little find. Now, that's just hilarious. Maybe I should put the link to that as well. Kia painting. I'm going to put the link to that as well. Thank you very much in the comments for sharing that. That was another little hint at what's going on. Okay? Check it out. Just do your own research. I'm not telling you what to believe. I'm not telling you what to do with your life. Okay. First link is Hennessy commercial with Picards. Now, in that Hennessy commercial, if I can describe visually through my words, they get to a point where the earth is reflected as an eyeball or something like that, okay? second link is Kia commercial painting the sky. Now this is just a purely entertainment video, right? So just enjoy it, take it with a grain of salt. And that was really cool. Thank you for sharing that Kia commercial. I appreciate that. But the Picards, yeah, like it's pretty wild to see. I wish I could show you guys the video without getting some sort of copyright. And I also haven't sent, sorry, I haven't opened. I have like a streaming thing on my computer. Whoops. It's where is it? OBS Studio. OBS Studio, I believe, is like a streaming platform that I can use where I can then do screen sharing and all that other stuff, which would be kind of cool. Maybe I'll do that next time. But you gotta watch out for that copyright stuff. They can strike your channel and all that. So, like, hell, even me saying certain keywords, they'll make my video not be accessible. So, watch out for them censorships. The ship that censors you. Very cool. I'm just kind of rambling at this point. I don't really know what to go over with you guys anymore. We did the reading. We did tarot. We started with runes. We did some tarot. And then we moved into oracle cards, bestiary, crystallery. And then we got into some sort of theories and stuff, some videos. Kind of fun stuff. And my ear still hurts from my glasses, but that's okay. I'll get that fixed. It's really quite troublesome. Give you a headache if you kept doing that. And then we went through the comments. Yeah, thanks Luke McMurray for dropping in here. Toroidal fields. I'm just going to Google that again. Toroidal. Toroids are pretty cool. I don't know if you've ever done some sort of, and that's what we saw with the black tourmaline. This is a toroidal field. If you look at that card, that's a toroidal field, essentially. It's the polarity. So if you're on one version of that, it's a flat, it's still flat. You can look at it 2D, two-dimensional. It's still a flat representation. It's however you want to look at it. Some people see like different realities being timelines, and a line is flat, right? I'm on this timeline. You're just on a different timeline than me, people say. You often hear that. We're just on different timelines, but a line is flat. But if you connect both ends of a line, it's a circle. And they say time is linear, but if one end connects to another, then time is just in a loop. Oh, you're loopy. They call you crazy when you talk about loops, man. You're loopy. I just love wordplay. Let's look at images of a toroidal field. Some people represent the toroidal field coming out of your heart. So you have a toroidal field coming out of your body. But there's a center point. There's always a center point, which is flat. It would be a circle, but it's flat. And then as it comes around and envelops you. And that could be where you have these protective barriers. And when they talk about the ozone layer and stuff, and there's barriers and breaks in the ozone layer, that could mean that your own chakras have openings to them because we've been either getting attacked in our chakra system or we've been weakening our own chakra system, which creates like a field around us, primarily the heart chakra. So, Dan Winter, yeah. Thanks for all your comments, guys. This is awesome. Thanks for liking the video. Subscribe to the channel if you want more goofy. Toroidal fields are really cool, actually. If you look at it, it's also the Vesica Pisces. If you really look at the toroidal field, you can see the Vesica Pisces. Now, the Vesica Pisces, that's a fun word as well. Vesica Pisces. Vesica-Piscis is a toroidal field. If you look at the Vesica Pisces, it's a toroidal field. It's sacred geometry. Sacred geometry. Really cool stuff. It's also the Eye of Horus. If you really design it, it looks like the Eye of Horus. I'd show you a picture of it, but I can't. Unless I take a picture with my phone and then show you from my phone doing this, which is not going to be an accurate representation. Google Vesica Pisces. It's also a representation of the female genitalia. For some, it's the flower of life, and it's also a toroidal field. It's what people do. Man, it's this freaking card too. It's the universe card has a toroidal field. Where is it? It'll take me forever to find it, won't it? When I need it, it'll be a while. Toroidal fields are everywhere. Okay, here's that universe card. The universe. If you see the four corners, also kind of similar to sacred geometry, toroidal fields. If I'm just going to look at my stream so I can see. If you look at that, there's four corners. There's four wind directions, north, east, south, and west. But it's on a flat two-dimensional representation. But you also see the eye. That's like a shape of an egg. Sometimes people refer to the earth as like the egg or whatever. We're in like a primordial womb. We're in the womb of the mother, the great mother. But you can see like a toroidal field in that kind of sacred geometry around there. It's spinning. It's a vortex. But what happens in a spiral? You just ascend, right? It's kind of crazy. First step to seat of life. Yeah. Really cool talk, guys. I want to find that other card that I had today that came out. So many cards. Okay, this is kind of like a Vesica Pisces toroidal field too. This is sacred geometry. Right there, that's sacred geometry. Okay? But that's not what I wanted. That's not the card I wanted. Oh, this is it too. This card has it as well. So this is what happens if you do the Vesica Pisces. Eventually in the middle, there's like a pyramid somehow. But you see how every universe can interconnect. Like we can tap into any universe at any time if we find that center point. And then from there you can, and you see the lightning, that's also the sine wave. That's your heartbeat going boop, boop, boop. But then you see the reflection of the firmament, which is, it looks like a dome, but it could be coming from the light entering in a pyramid. And the Egyptians really like their pyramids. And you see that's two pyramids. It's an upwards and downwards pyramid, but it's a pyramid on top of another pyramid because there's a square coming out there. That's also the Merkaba. That's the sacred geometry. It's math. We live in like a perfect mathematical equation, but it just seems chaotic. But it's actually, everything's organized. There's another representation. You see all the planes? There's a flat plane in the middle, but then they all intersect at one point, but they can kind of vary in their ratio or their angle. Man, your vision's warped or you're skewed or your world's upside down. Different ways of looking at it. I mean, you can say it however you want to say it. But as above, so below. You see the sun above and the moon below, and they intersect in the middle. Right? And they do a dance. Also the moon, and I think the moon does like an elliptical path, like a figure eight. Ba-da-da-da. What else? Here's another representation, the same artwork. So here is the strength, 9 of Wands. If you look in the middle of that, you see those flat planes going in different directions. And then you look at this 3 of Wands, and there's the same planes, but easier to see. And it's also like a flower of life. See that? Bada bing, bada boom. It's also the Masonic symbol. If you really look deep into it, it looks like a Masonic, what they wear around their belt, like a Masonic sash. If you look at that. Yeah. And we talk about the 4D, the 5D, the 6D, the 7D, the higher levels of enlightenment, different realms. This is a grid. He's on a grid. It's kind of weird. I'm still looking for that one card though. Here's the pattern that the moon would take, and you can kind of see that in the moons. There's like a new moon and a black moon, and then the snake, the snake that eats its tail, rebirths itself. That one's a great card. That's really cool artistry. And then the yin and the yang, you see the light and the dark, and then they're inverted polarities. As above, so below, and there's one reality above and one reality below, and one of them might be more light in the reality, but the darkness is inside that yin and yang more. And then this one's more dark in the reality, but you see that light in the yin yang a little bit more. It's all just perspective too. That's crazy. That's a good card. That one has artwork similar to it. Same thing. Same artwork. Same representation. You see the two-dimensional square on the inside. You also see the cross. And the cross, if you fold up a cross like that in perfect little square segments, it makes a cube. Saturn moon matrix. Some people talk about that, but you also see, oh my goodness, I'm seeing everything here. I see a square, 4 corners, with the circle on the inside, but within that circle is another flat plane and more squares. Okay, really cool artwork. But these corners are pyramids. So you fold that up, and if you had a pyramid with a circle, what is that called? A trapezoid or something like that? We learned this in elementary school. Or is it like, it's a cone basically, a pyramid with circle base. What is that called? A cone. It's a cone. It's a common pyramid-like figure where the base is a circle, another curved inside of a polygon, instead of a polygon. A cone has a curved lateral surface instead of a several triangle rectangular faces. What is a circle-based pyramid called? It's called a cone. Okay. Okay. All right, so now we look at this again. It's a cone. But inside that cone is a cube. And inside the cube is another circle. So it's another circle inside a square. You see, all the swords are pointing to the center point. Some people believe that center point may be a North Pole or one of the poles. If you think of a circular magnet, there's a hole inside the middle of the magnet, and the top side or whatever, there's no top or bottom. It's a south and a north polarity of the magnet. Up and down, south, north, positive, negative. So within that circle, you got to go in to get out. Within that little circle, you can get to what they believe to be the other realm. It's like journey to the center of the earth. It's just you go in and then you get to another universe, another inverted polarity of your world. Da, 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 da. But you can see within this larger square, which has 4 corners, there's a circle. The circle is a sphere or a globe, but based on your perspective, you could be on the flat portion on the middle. You could be any direction in there. Basically, it's a pyramid. It's a double pyramid from this point up here to that way. There's a pyramid there, but it's also a flat plane if you look at it this way. It's crazy. That's just crazy. And then inside of that circle is another, it's a cross. But a cross, when you fold up those individual segments, makes a little cube. And inside that cube is a circle. And that probably just goes infinite, 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 infinite. Yeah, some people talk about the tetragrammatron. Similar representation, similar artwork. Crazy stuff. Mathematics are pretty cool when you look at it that sense. I just want to find out what card though. I still haven't found it. Again, as above, so below. There's a toroidal field in that picture. Beautiful. Oh. It's not quite it. Oh, this is the one I was thinking about originally. You see that pyramid, but inside the pyramid, there's a flat base. And there's 2 polarities. There's 2 points, a south and a north. And that square is within a circle. All right? So it's just inverted now, too. It's really cool. Really cool. Any others like that? What a reading today. This has been wild. Similar artwork. This again has a Masonic symbol where there's a pyramid. Okay. There's a pyramid formed here, goes up, and then comes down, and then this way, and they intersect. That's the Masonic symbol, or one of them. So it's like an arrow pointing this way and an arrow pointing that way. That's on this card. But it's also part of the frickin', is that pentagram. It's just an aspect of the pentagram as well. But you can see that there's like a light that shines here, goes up to about the chest there, goes down. Actually, it goes up to his head. So it goes all the way up to his head, goes down, and then the other portion starts just below it and goes down. So it starts just below it and it goes down to this point and goes there. So we got boom, boom to boom, boom, Masonic, or a representation that they use in Masonry. Signs and symbols rule the world, Confucius say. Confucius say. Similar, flat plane, intersecting quadrants, but ultimately a flat plane in the middle. If you were to look at us top down, we look like little ants. Similar artwork. Very cool. I've gone through everything basically. This is another representation of it. Polarities. That one's a really cool card. The grid. There's a very rigid Saturn, and then there's like a fluid, I don't know, is it Pisces or... There's a very rigid structure, but there's ways to flow around it and kind of navigate in and out of the rigidity. And then like ascend and descend. It's like Game of Snakes and Ladders up in here. Up in here, y'all gonna make me lose my mind. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gonna make me act a fool. Up in here, up in here. That's all the cards. Okay, we're gonna put those away. Starting to get a sweat on doing this, thinking so hard. Y'all gonna make me bust a move. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gonna make me go all out. Up in here, up in here. I'm just gonna clean up and tidy. If you guys want to stay around, you can. We're just gonna put some cards away. It's about time. 5-noded seed of life is the golden ratio. Golden ratio is a big thing. Hexapenta merger makes DNA and so much more. And the DNA, you can lay DNA out flat and it looks like the figure 8. But if you put DNA in its actual sequence or whatever, how it's structured, it's like a spiral. It's very cool. It's when you start messing with the math, that's when you start getting problems. You can't just start adding numbers and taking out numbers that were never there, or else you start having a problem. And we can see that. We can see that, the attempts at it at least. You don't want to mess with the math, man. Just leave the math alone. Don't do math. Drugs are bad, okay? Don't do math. One simple letter variation. Math is good for you. Meth is bad. Don't do math, kids. Drugs are bad, okay? Don't do math. I'm addicted to math. I'm here for the math addict meeting. I've been addicted to math since I was in the 9th grade. My father did math. My mother did math. You know, I can't really think of anyone in my family, besides maybe my great-great-grandfather, that didn't do math. Ever since I was young, I looked up to these people, and all they would do was do math every day, and I didn't think anything of it. You know, I just thought it was normal that just math was a part of life. You know, I just thought math and doing math and making math, I just thought making math was normal, you know. I need help. I just need help because I'm addicted to math. If I don't get help, this math is going to kill me. It's crippling, the weight that I have on my shoulders from all this math. Mathphetamines. I'm on mathphetamines. Now, please don't misconstrue my words. I'm just having a good joke. This is purely entertainment. I do not do math. I don't know how to do math. I'm having too much fun with you. This is a case I got for my runes. Pretty funky. It's a real stone that they had found with runes. I don't have a tutor, I have a math dealer. I have a math dealer, he deals math. I sell math and math accessories. Alright. Enough of that joke, it's getting a little dry. I can't figure it out. Now figures are math as well. Or words are funny. Figure this. Make some math around this. Picture this. Coming with equations. I go to the party with math. Everybody loves it when I come to the party and I bring math. Everybody loves a good math joke. We all like to laugh at ourselves. What happens when you tally up? You're doing math. What's the tally? What's the math? Marshall Mathers. That's just dry. We're just coming up with too much here. Oh, what are we doing? We're cleaning up. I gotta make this place spotless for when I do my certifications. I gotta film myself taking these tests to show that I'm not cheating from anything that I've written down or whatever. It's kind of weird. But it's what we gotta do. It's just what we gotta do. So I'm gonna start moving some product around. Product being cards. And then get organized here. And then, yeah, if you guys got any more funny comments for me to work with, that's cool. If you guys want to like, share, subscribe, that's cool. Thanks for listening. Y'all gonna make me go all out. Up in here, up in here. Put the books away, Brian. I think I'm losing control. Shady's back. Back again. Tell a friend. Sick anime, super bam. Alright. Doesn't take long. I actually didn't have a whole lot on that desk, surprisingly. Oh, that's a loud noise. It's just kind of a lot of loose papers. I gotta organize this a little bit better. Where's this one? That's for when I want to complain about a lawyer I have. Okay. We'll put these over here. Can't see them. This can go on my speaker. That's not words or anything. I don't have to hide that. Pics can go on there. Those aren't words. They can't help me. Put my essential oils away because those will help me cheat. But before that, let's do a little bit in my diffuser. Let's get that diffuser going. Guess who's back? Back again. Shady's back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? 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 Bing, 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 bing. Cheers, everybody. Have a good night. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. We're just gonna get this this here essential oil mixture going. Doing a little bit of chemistry. I like to do science. Oh man, there's still like a residue in here. I don't know. I'll just keep going with it. Whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It says 7. 7 drops is the magic number. And get it going. This will help me heal while I sleep or attempt to sleep. Look like there's a milky substance in there, a little milky residue, which is kind of funky. I don't know why. I'm also gonna drink some of that. Basically, my table's clean. Like I can do a test now without it looking like I got papers around. A little battery thingy. I should charge that. Put that in the charging area. A little, it's just messy. Just gonna clean that up. Alright, having too much fun, aren't we? Here's a little, let's do a little sound bowl for you guys before you go. Alright, we're ending the video with this. It's nice. Can you hear it? Nice. We're gonna end it with that. Put my egg in my bowl. I got so many tools. I got so many toys to play with. Check it. She's going. Starting to see. It's quick. It's fast acting. Can you see it? I can see it. Smells good. Just huff it all day. Oh yeah. Use my drug, man. I'm like been sober. So this is like really nice. This is what I do for substance. Essential oils. This smells so good though. I put lemongrass in this before. Yeah, it was lemongrass, and now this is a festive conifer blend, so it's conifer trees. Coniferous trees. And the festive is like some sort of orange and nutmeggy. Cinnamon, citrus, Eugenia carafellata, Pinus strobus, citrus lemon, and Picea alba. There's quite a bit of that actually. Abies balsamia, so a balsamic tree. Balsam fir probably. Cinnamomum cassia, so like either a cinnamon tree or cinnamon itself. Citrus sinensis, and that is, I don't know, but it's a citrus, obviously. Eugenia carafillata, I don't know, it's probably a girl named Eugenia that found the tree or something, I don't really know. Pinus strobus, in the name pine, it's gotta be a pine. And strobus is defining probably the structure, like physical characteristic of it. And then citrus lemon is probably lemon citrus. So citrus sinensis is like maybe lemongrass, I would maybe guess. And Picea alba, I don't know what that is. This is probably another tree. Smell good. Let me put on the lights. Now it's a party. Now it's a party, isn't it? We're having fun now, aren't we? Can you see? Can you see the... Maybe if I put the black there and you can see kind of the... Oh, look at that. Looks like a lightsaber. Let me put this on. Ooh. Ooh. I don't even know. I like it without it sometimes. But this channels the flow pretty good. You get more. You can see it more even. It's almost like a candle. Smoking away. Beautiful. That's green right now. It doesn't really show green on here. Look at that. It's kind of cool. What's next? So exciting. Yellow? Is it going to be yellow? It's yellow, but the blue thing on doesn't make it look... It kind of looks like a white light anyways. It's like a different version of green. And that's like red to me, or orange. That's a red. But with this on, it looks like pink. Now it's purple, but it looks more like pink. Here, it's kind of weird how it works. What's the next one? Is that blue? Is that purple? Okay, yeah, it's kind of funky with this. This is blue glass, so it changes the whole color scheme. That's blue, but it looks like a white light. Really cool. I don't know. I have fun with things that aren't super exciting, I guess, because my life has been kind of monotonous and boring for some time. I've been devoted and disciplined, very dedicated. I've been sober for 145 days now. And that count is from marijuana. The weeds. I used to smoke the ganja. Haven't done that in a long time. I'll tell you though, I've been having different dreams, more dreams, and my short-term memory has improved drastically. My short-term memory has drastically improved. Well, that's it, everybody. I don't know what you're expecting from me right now. Hopefully nothing. You're probably just enjoying this. Hopefully you're chuckling, doing a little chuckle. I still gotta clean my room a little bit more, for sure. I'll do that tomorrow. But the desk, I have nothing on here to cheat with, so I can do my tests in a timely fashion. I can also wipe it down, remove any dead skin cells which have accumulated. I can put out my crystals. I can't cheat with my crystals, so that'll be nice. I'll just put some of those out. And then I'll bid you farewell, bid you adieu. We'll do another video when I can. Maybe I'll try one tomorrow night as well. Probably gotta do some studying and stuff. I'll probably be pretty busy. And I also would like to, maintain my physical capability. I gotta do more exercises because I may be a wildland firefighter. That's if they hire me. I got my boots. You want to see my boots? I got some boots for wildland firefighting. These are fire retardant leather, Kevlar fire retardant stitching. This is called a Michelin stitch because they stitch through here to there. Fire retardant stitching, steel toe, so safety grade steel toe. I can cut down trees, and if it falls on my toe, it's supposed to be safe. This is a Canadian made boot. Still smells brand new, doesn't smell like funky feet. And it's got a removable insole, which is nice. If I want to change the sole, I can do that. And it's genuine leather. This is like good quality leather. It's got a Vibram sole, which is recommended. That's a lug sole, to the best of my knowledge, with a logger heel. This is a logger's heel. This helps you work on elevated surfaces, like, not elevated surfaces, but like incline. So if I'm working on a hill, like on a mountainside, this little heel here, this little guy right here, with its notched out, it's got a lot of little notches that can grip into the dirt. This boot here will help me on those inclines. So if I'm chopping down a tree, which I have some experience doing now, I used a chainsaw and I cleared, and I made a helipad basically. I was doing pad building on the side of a mountain. They helicoptered me out onto a mountain with someone that was a carpenter, and we tore down old pads. We had a helicopter pick up the old wood with a net, and we used hand signals. Bring it up, stop moving. This is like hover when you do this. It's like hover, don't let it move. I gotta practice that still. Bringing it down. I forget, there was one that was like stop. This is probably bring it down. Like keep going. And then this is hold. And then they probably had just another one for like fucking take it away, boys. Just take her away. There's one for just up though. There is definitely one for up. I didn't do a whole lot of it. I only did 9 days, unfortunately. I didn't get a whole season in. The guy that was paying me decided to like try and back out on how much he was going to pay me. And I was like, you can't really do that. I get flown out in a chartered flight and I go out to a mountain in a remote community. Not even a community, remote camp where they have to fly in food. And they flew me in there. And then I can't just leave at any time. I can't just be like, I'm done. I don't want to go. You have to stay there until the next plane comes to leave. So I get flown in there. The guy tells me, I thought you'd have more experience, and he wants to pay me less money. I'm like, well, you had a handshake deal on this. We made a deal. You're going to pay me whatever you're going to pay me. So I got I had to take it through litigation, but I got out of that scene pretty quick, but I still got helicopter experience. So I got to fly around a helicopter, which was really cool. I never did that in my life. And the first time makes you feel sick, but you get over that. I didn't puke. You get the safety briefing. Don't bring bear spray into a helicopter. Do not do that. Do not recommend that. And then I got to use a chainsaw, and I like built a pad for mineral exploration. So once the pad was built, they would cut a hole in the middle or wherever was appropriate, and then they put a machine on it that would drill holes into the earth and then take up core samples. So I made the pad that would withstand 15,000 pounds of weight. So like maybe 4 to 6 people on it, and the machine that was drilling into it, and it had to be stable and secure and level. So I'm building on a mountain that's like this, and I had to make it flat so that and I had to make it level. Like, so you use different long ones on the bottom and then shorter ones on the top, and then you level out little foot pads for everything, and you build it. So I built that. I cleared the whole mountainside basically where I was going with a chainsaw, throw all the wood away, and then make a very dangerous work environment because there's a bunch of stakes, just like sharp wood sticking up. I go on there and I start building these pads. I start nailing everything together, doing carpentry, measuring, finding the level, and then I'm walking on little planks of wood. Basically, you're walking a plank. It's like this wide. It's like as wide as maybe 1 foot or more. Like you walk 1 foot at a time. If you're drunk on the job, you die. I'm walking on this. It's on a mountain, elevated, maybe 15 feet in the air. No harness, no nothing. And there's like stakes on the ground that if I fell, I could impale myself or stab myself or whatever, you know. It's pretty dangerous. I did that for a little bit, but I got chainsaw experience. I got helicopter experience. Used a radio, walkie-talkie thingy. Blah, 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 blah. Got to have good food for a while, and I kind of slept. I didn't really feel super rested because I was working really hard. But you know, it was good. It's a good experience. So if I get to do wildland firefighting, I have helicopter experience now. I got myself some boots that are actually good. I'll show you the boots I was using when I was doing pad building. Okay, this is the boot that I used when I was pad building. Steel toe. It is leather. There's like a little chip here, but this is pretty nice solid rubber protection for the toe. And then inside that is a steel toe. And I didn't break these boots in. I broke them in on the job, so I was like really sore in my feet. They don't have Vibram soles, they have tarantula soles. I don't think that once you use this and it wears out, it's done. You can't fix this. You can't replace the shoe. You can't just start brand new with this. You have to buy it and then get rid of it. Pretty solid construction though, anyways. Says motion control. I don't know. I wore these. They were okay. I felt like they hurt a lot on my feet, and I didn't have the best traction. If you look at the tread on that. Okay, and then compare that to a logger's boot, which you see all these grooves and all these teeth. And even on the heel here, there's levels to this. Like I'm going over different levels of teeth. This one, it's just indents. It's not even teeth really. This wasn't very good on the heel, I'd be honest. I wouldn't buy these again. And they feel like a cheaper construction. If I was to do a dissection of the shoe, this looks like it's a comfort right away, but over time this rubber would degrade and you might sink in and hurt your heel. There is a removable insole, so that's kind of nice, but I didn't feel the need to remove it. It's a Dakota work boot. I mean, it did all right, did the job. But I wouldn't buy them again. This is like fake leather. Call it vegan leather. It's like suede here. And then this is maybe leather. Feels like it's probably leather, but not like high quality. And then it's like a lot of composite material. Doesn't smell that bad though. Yeah, that's alright. But yeah, this was the boot I wore when I made pads. I mean, this is a good, like, solid work boot, I suppose, but it's not fireproof. It doesn't, like, if I took this out into the field to fight fire, I wouldn't trust these and they wouldn't hold up. Yeah, leather upper. It is a leather. Made in Cambodia. So this is leather. It's waterproof. But if it's waterproof, it means you're not going to get the sweat out either. It's hard to breathe usually in these. But I mean, they did the job. I didn't die. My feet are still okay, so I can't complain. I wouldn't buy them for firefighting though, right? Because you look at this. This is not a 10-inch. This is probably a 6-inch. Like a 6-inch subway. 6-inch here to here. It's like 6 inches. Just like my little Fangalang, you know? Usually you can guess a guy's size kind of by the hand. Unless they're micro. But that's a whole nother topic. I don't know if that's appropriate or not, but I've said it. And this is a 10-inch. From here to here is 10 inches. This is the recommended and required length for a fire protection boot. One thing I note is this is soft or smooth out, both upper and lower portions. So this will nick and show injury to the leather more easy than if it was rough out, which is like the one side versus the other. So rough, it'd be rough in, but on the inside of this, there's it's made in Canada, so that's great. On the inside, it is some sort of fabric. Feels almost like a burlap sack on the inside. Pretty good stitching job. The only thing I note is on the left boot, the stitching was kind of close to the edge here, which kind of concerned me. But other than that, this will hold up, and I want to put it to use, so let's see if I can get on a wildland firefighting crew, eh? If I do, I will not be making as many YouTube videos, because the shift is usually 18-hour shifts. It can be up to 18 hours and then 19 days on. So when I'm off, I'll probably need a day of rest, and then I'll do some YouTube videos, okay? So bear with me. These are nice. And you can repair these. You can take off the sole, put a new sole on. You can bring it in for stitching or repair some of these metal portions. I mean, the only thing they keep usually when they refurbish a shoe is the upper portion of the leather, and then everything else they kind of redo. These should hold up well. I have high hopes and high expectations for these boots. Canadian made, and the Northwest Territories issues this to their firefighters, wildland firefighters, so I shouldn't have any issue with that. These should qualify for the safety rating. They're a little heavy. It is steel toe. You don't need steel toe all the time when you're fighting fire, but if you're cutting down trees, and I don't know what I'm going to be doing. If I'm cutting down tree, I need the steel toe. Yeah, I like them. I don't know. I'm just trying to share with you what's in a big part of my life. Okay. Have a good day. See ya. If you're just tuning in now, the whole beginning of the video, you can go back to that. What's in the diffuser is a balsam or a conifer blend. Coniferous tree, festive, so it's got some citrus hints to it, and then a little bit of lemongrass from the leftover from the last time I used it. Recap, I did a rune pull at the very beginning of the video. I did tarot reading. I did oracle cards. And we're done. We're done here. We're going to move on. Have a good night.